Wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio. WKGN 1340, go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock. It's 3:04 on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in East Tennessee, and we are live at one of our favorite places, Smokey Mountain Brewery in Turkey Creek. Come on out, see us. We're next to Calhoun's on Parkside Drive this afternoon, alongside Bear and Bob Baskerville. Shout out to William and Brett doing a great job holding it down from 1 to 3 out here at Smokey Mountain Brewery. And
always.
Now it's time for us to take over. We're with you till 6, and we've got a doozy lined up for you today as the Tennessee transfer portal quarterback search. We need to come up with a catchier name for that. It's reached DEFCON 1. Here, I mean, the freak out is real at this point.
Yeah. It's my understanding the next quarterback in the rankings who is available currently is Merklinger.
If only we had a tie there. We might be able to coax him on over here. All right, well, we'll get into it here this afternoon, trying to separate fact from fiction. There's obviously a lot of freak out going on out there.
Yeah.
And is it necessary? Probably not. Is it, a problem? Yes.
Well, yeah.
You got to have somebody to play quarterback. And I was on with Basilio earlier today, and my major bewilderment in all this is that they've done so well at every other position. I mean they have knocked it out of the park on the defensive side. When you talk about fixing the defense and addressing concerns on that side of the ball, it's an A+.
Plus, yeah.
They have killed it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have a quarterback, well, what are we doing here? Well,
you're basically who is that team? There's usually a team in the conference every year that just doesn't have a quarterback, but everything else is incredible.
And it's underscored this year in the playoff with all these great transfer quarterback schools that are playing in the playoff, playing for championships. And then you're sitting here like, are we really going to go into next season with a redshirt freshman and a true freshman and maybe an FCS guy?
Yeah, what I see on 24/7's rankings of, they had 26 quarterbacks in the portal. 24 of them have been spoken for now. And then the other two, it would just be the same scenario that we're in right now. These are guys with limited experience. So I don't know where they turn. I'm afraid it's like we still keep a candle lit for Joey and then decide, if that doesn't work out, then we're gonna go young. I don't know what else to say right now unless somebody else pops in. There's still a couple days left for that to happen.
All right, we'll go through all the various scenarios here as we roll along this afternoon. I want to talk for a minute about Smokey Mountain Brewery. We've been psyched up to get out here. I'm fired up to try their winter warmer. It's their specialty ale that's on tap. They say this is going to run out before the end of the month, so you got to try one as you come out here this afternoon. Be sure to ask your server about the winter warmer ale. I have been waiting for over a week now since we've been promoting this for pizza. And I'm going to have one after the show today.
It's a little pie.
Yeah, we got Texas A&M. We got Buckyball coming in here. So I'm going to get ready with some world-famous Smoky Mountain Brewery pizza. today. So I can't wait to have some of that with a winter warmer to wash it down. Of course, we got Burger Day coming up tomorrow. We've got all kinds of specials here in front of me. Looks like the Comet Single Hop Ale, the Cranberry Kettle Sour. We got a couple of specialty beverages here. The Brewery Nachos are ready, Bear. I know that's always a favorite.
Is that with the brisket chili?
Brew House chili, beer cheese, jalapenos, served with a side of homemade salsa and sour cream.
Yeah, I mean, their nachos are elite. The charcuterie board. I've got a lot of – I'm really stressed out, to be honest with you, Russ. I've got to –
You going to do some stress eating after the show today?
No, I'm stressed out because I'm trying to figure out what it is I'm going to eat.
Oh.
There's so many choices.
Just get yourself a little bit of everything.
I might. So, but – yeah, I mean, what do we – I mean, Bob said light a candle. So if they've given us a percentage, I mean, what are our chances?
Well, who's going to give you a percentage? First of all, what is a percentage on what? And
whether or not we can get Joey back.
Who
like
are
if
they?
Joey came back, we'd be in great shape for next year.
Who's going to give you this percentage?
I don't know. Usually you come up with this stuff for me.
I do?
Sometimes.
When have I ever given you a percentage?
Maybe not on this, but, What do you think? I mean, what's your gut feeling? You think it's just not going to happen?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows.
And how much did that play into?
I don't think they know. I don't think
very
Heupel and
true.
Halsley know what's going to happen right now.
So how did we get? Do you think
How did
Joey
we
played a
get
part?
here?
Yeah, how did we get here? Is it part
Lane
of the
came to McGee Tyson and cut a deal with Levitt.
I didn't really want him.
Perbula went to Virginia.
Sounds like Perbula maybe. It sounded like Perbula was in for us, and then
Got tired of waiting.
Well, yeah, saw us continuing to chase Levitt.
Well, we weren't committed.
Yeah,
I mean that's settling. You don't. It's these things are like marriages, man. You don't settle on a wife, and you don't settle on a quarterback in the portal. And if you're not committed, don't do it.
I mean, were you guys going to be happy if we were sitting here today and we'd gotten Perbula?
I talked myself into it.
We're still out
cartwheels,
of uncertainty with the current situation.
I mean, it's up to Heupel. What does this guy want?
I think he wanted Hoover. That ship has sailed.
that sailed a long time ago. So
Dylan Rail is looking a little bit better today, but
I went through this yesterday about why not just bring him in, and I think part of the thinking there is, the reason that Levitt, Sorsby, Hoover, even Perbula, part of the reason that they were attractive to Heupel and the staff is those were clearly one-year rentals. And if you bring in Dylan Raiola with 2 years left, well, that might scare off McIntyre or Faison, to which I say, oh, well. Like, you can't be playing too much of the long game right now if you're Josh Heupel, because if you don't get this quarterback thing right, you're getting fired.
Yeah, you may not have a job.
This is. It'd be a shame if this is the undoing of the Josh Heupel era, but it could be, man. We just don't know.
Now, I go back to 2004. Remember in 04, Casey Clausen had just left. You had, I think, was it C.J. Leak? Who was the older Leak? Chris or C.J. Leak was the older one, right? The one we had.
Yes. Yeah.
Chris
CJ.
Leak was the good one. We had like C.J. Leak and somebody else, and nobody was excited about that. And Fulmer did something very un-Fulmer. He flipped the script on us and said, we're not just going to start one freshman quarterback. We're going to start two. Brent Schaefer and Eric Ainge. We're going to start these two guys. And I remember the time it was galvanizing to the fan base. It was exciting. And I don't know that if Heupel just comes out and says, look, we went big on Levitt. We went big on Sorsby. Other people went bigger. It is what it is. We didn't get our guys. But we've got 2 5-stars on campus. They're young. They're inexperienced. We're going to roll with these kids. We're going to play them both. And we'll see what happens. The cream will rise to the top. I don't know that in 2025, that 2004 is over 20 years ago. It's a different day and age we live in. The expectations are different. Nobody has a sense of delayed gratification. especially not when your coach is going into his 6th year. They want to win now. I get that. But
and the way this year kind of played out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know fans aren't going to, quote, give Josh Heupel a break if he were to do that. But is there any part of that that's exciting to you? It's like, look, we've got 2 5-star quarterbacks already on the roster. Yes, they're young. Yes, we're probably going to go through some growing pains with them. But dang it, this is what we got. We're going to play the kids.
No, because, I mean, if you tell me that, you're basically telling me that we will not be competing for a playoff spot next year with those 2.
Would we be competing for a playoff spot with Prebula?
Probably not.
Well, there's nobody else out there.
There's I don't know. Nobody knew who damn Trinidad Chambliss was this time last year.
Everybody's thinking, I've seen a lot of folks throwing the name out of this Taron Dickens kid from Western Carolina, SoCon Player of the Year offensively.
Who somebody texted.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
They super chat us.
This kid goes to Western Carolina. He's like listed at 5'10", 180 pounds.
He ain't playing.
He threw for a bunch of yards. But anyway, somebody found his number, like he has his phone number on one of his socials. And some Tennessee fan texted him and said, "Hey, have you heard from Heupel yet?" And the kid responded, said, "Nah, but tell him to hit me up." And somebody posted that screen. It's on all the message boards and socials now.
Wow. Tell him to call him.
I mean, and so everybody's kind of saying, "Hey, man, it could be another Trinidad Chambliss." I do think there's a lot of unknowns that are good out there, but the Chambliss story, that's just like us saying we need to go make an offer to Kurt Signetti. It's like some of these things are like once, I don't want to say generational, Signetti might be, but Chambliss was an unbelievable story.
Well, you got lucky.
Yeah, I just don't know if you find those kind of guys that simply. It's not. I don't feel like we do.
I mean, I'm assuming the kid's already signed. Who, in this case, and one of I can't remember the kid's name. It's LSU's fallback, the kid from Elon.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The name escapes me, but
he's there. The Longstreet kid from USC is there, but I mean, that's like he's like GMAC, right? I mean,
exactly.
That doesn't make any sense to get another one of those guys unless you thought he was just head and shoulders above George McIntyre, which I don't think is the case. So it's kind of a mess right now for Josh Heupel. And again, it just stands in stark. I mean, you get TJ Metcalf. Yesterday, we get Jordan Norman, the defensive end from Tulane, which apparently Rodney Garner thinks is like this is a dude. So you got him and Chaz Coleman coming off one edge. You get TJ Metcalf, the honorable mention All Big Ten safety from Michigan by way of Arkansas. You get him this morning. So you're loading up on the defensive side of the ball. And
like if we had a quarterback, everybody I feel like be over the moon with Heupel right now.
Well, and it could happen. I mean, we threw out Chambliss, the Western Carolina kid. Maybe there's somebody else out there. I've seen a lot of Devin Dampier at Utah. His coach left. You should talk him into the portal and maybe get, maybe something like that can happen.
How many more days do we have? Is it open?
For declaration, it's only till Friday.
Yeah.
So a couple more days.
So we're going to be walking somebody into the portal. We probably ought to be walking them in pretty quick.
I like to walk them into the portal as if like Josh Heupel's holding his hand. All right, son, come with me. We're going into the portal. Watch your step.
Yeah, more like money whipping them in maybe. Hey, you want a pay increase? Maybe play in front of 100,000 people? Declare for the portal.
Josh pulling up in the windowless van.
The ice cream, the faded painted ice cream van.
Come on in.
I hear you throw a little bit of football.
That's your creeper voice, your van creeper voice?
I was trying to do, who's the guy on Family Guy, the old man? Hi, Chris. I got some popsicles.
Oh, man. All right, we got a big one this afternoon. Ryan Shumpert coming up next from RTI. We'll get his thoughts on Tennessee's quarterback quandary. And David Nuno of Texags.com coming up in hour number 2, Tennessee versus Texas A&M. We'll be watching it down here at Smoky Mountain Brewery. If you want to join us, we'd love to see you, man. Swing on by, We got some Fan Run shirts behind me here. We'll get you set up if you come out here this afternoon and say you're listening to Fan Run Radio. Come on out, have a pizza, some wings, juicy cheeseburger, cold beverage. We got you covered. And we'll be watching Tennessee and A&M on the big screens this afternoon. One of the best places to watch sports out and about at Smokey Mountain Brewery, Parkside Drive in Turkey Creek, right next to Calhoun's. We'll take a quick break. We'll talk with Shump coming up next right here on Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive.
105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Online at fanrunradio.com and streaming on the free Fan Run Radio app. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair wants to make sure your vehicle is as ready as you are. The last thing you want to do is spend your time on the side of the road waiting on a tow truck. No. Schedule an appointment at Matlock Tire to have your vehicle checked out before you go. Tires and batteries, belts and hoses, fluids and filters, even the AC. Visit Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair in Lenoir City, Athens, Maryville, and Kingston Pike in West Knoxville. Schedule your appointment online at MatlockTireService.com. Matlock Tire, keeping you on the road since 1953.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco. Here at Knoxville Smiles, every smile is unique and every smile has a story. We would love to get to know you and help you smile brighter with confidence. If you've been looking for a dental home that treats you like more than just a set of teeth, we would love to welcome you to the family. Please give us a call at 865-539-1776 or visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
North Knox Siding and Windows is a complete exterior home improvement company that can help you with all your home exterior needs. If your home needs new siding, windows, doors, gutters, handrails, a deck, or a new roof, then give my friends at North Knox Siding and Windows a call at 865-689-0505. You can also visit their showroom at 5618 North Broadway. Locally owned and operated and proudly serving all of Knoxville and the surrounding areas, North Knox Siding and Windows. Online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Back here on the Drive, Fan Run Radio, coming to you live this afternoon from the Smoky Mountain Brewery in Turkey Creek. Russell, Bear, and Bob cruising with you. Walker Smith back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, getting everything sounding nice and neat for you this afternoon. And Ryan Schumpert of RockyTopInsider.com joins us on the line. Good afternoon, Ryan. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Hey, man, we're doing all right. Good to hear from you. We're just trying to make sense of this quarterback situation for Tennessee. Any light you can shed on where that stands today, and how concerned should Tennessee fans be about everything that's transpired the last 10 days or so?
I think pretty concerned would be my answer to that. And look, I think the most likely option is you'll see Tennessee try to go add a lesser name quarterback out there, maybe the kid from Western Carolina, who put up some really impressive stats, but is also playing in the SoCon and 5'11" and 180 pounds. So, not exactly sure how he would translate to the SEC. So somebody of that nature, I mean, a lot of the other higher ranked players out there in the portal or quarterbacks in the portal or like young quarterbacks that haven't played leaving Power 5 level schools, I don't think Tennessee would, they could maybe bring someone in for competition's sake. But given the young quarterbacks on Tennessee's roster, I'm not sure they'd be they'd be all that attractive to anyone in that situation. So I think that feels like the most likely option for Tennessee right now is that it ends up being them just adding a body for depth purposes, and you go into spring practice with George McIntyre and Faison Brandon and somebody else maybe competing for the job, or maybe Tennessee's got a little over 48 hours now to try to allure, entice some maybe not big name. That's probably I don't think there's too many big names out there left, but entice a little bit more proven or a quarterback with a little bit more experience into the portal, and then try to land him that way. So it certainly does not feel like a good situation for Tennessee right now, but maybe a path that are still being a decent option, but nothing super clear on names, I guess, on that front right now.
Hey, Ryan, it's probably tough to reconcile really what has happened here, but do we think that this, I mean, if we're just asking you your gut on this, is this just because you think about all the names that were in the consideration set, at least as we understood it, right? Hoover, Sorsby, Levitt, Perbula. I mean, do we think it was as simple as this just all came down to money in every single one of them? Or do you think that some of this is they're looking at other schools where they think there's probably an opportunity to develop their skill set a little better, with all due respect to what Josh Heupel does?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a little bit of everything. Like I think the Hoover one, that seemed like a done deal. He was going to go to Indiana from the moment he entered the portal, and why wouldn't you want to if you're a quarterback, right? And seeing what they've done the last 2 years and
right.
What Kurt Signetti did with Fernando Mendoza this year, and I think there's, if not necessarily an element of development, I think you at least look at Texas Tech and you say that's a team more equipped to win next season than Tennessee is in Sorsby's case. But at the same time, I think what Texas Tech was willing to give Sorsby was a lot more than what Tennessee was. And, I don't know. Obviously, there was the reports yesterday that Tennessee was making a little bit more of a push with late push with Levitt, which feels like that was out of desperation. But certainly, I don't think Tennessee viewed Levitt as a $4 to $5 million quarterback, which seems like what he ended up getting at LSU. Now, they might have been willing to do that because they were out of options, but certainly it feels like market at quarterback, at least on the high end, was more than what Josh Heupel felt like these guys were worth, and maybe there was a little bit of begrudgingness or hesitance to get to that level of spending because of that aspect before Tennessee realized, or at least before they just came to terms and with how desperate they were going to be and how barren the other options were for them.
Ryan Shumpert, RockyTopInsider.com, with us here this afternoon on the show. And Shump, obviously Heupel and the staff are taking some criticism for just how they've approached this. And, it's ironic. I was saying in our intro, like they have knocked it out of the park everywhere else. Like what they have gotten done on the defensive side of the ball in the portal, it's almost perfect as far as filling their needs on that side of the ball. But if you don't have a quarterback, that's a problem. And you don't get the feeling that Tennessee fans are going to be patient this next year. You can't just roll out the two freshmen out there and say, hey, we're going to go through some growing pains this year. We're setting up for 2027. I don't know that works anywhere in modern day college football. It certainly doesn't work for a guy who's, just lost to Vanderbilt in Illinois and is going into year 6 at his school.
No, definitely not. And look, I know a lot of people ripped him for this after Tennessee beat Florida at Urban Meyer comments back from the spring when Nico entered the transfer portal that everybody's applauding Heupel now, but nobody's going to care, if you lose to Florida and you don't have a great season. Well, he was 100% right. Nobody cares that Josh Heupel took a stand on Nico Iamaleava anymore. They're upset that Tennessee went 8-5 and didn't beat anybody with a pulse on the field this year, even though they were able to beat Florida in Gainesville for the first time in over 20 years. So any patience people would possibly have in that situation, I think, goes out the window when you're not coming off a really good season, when you're not coming off a college football playoff year, because people are just going to be less patient. And I do think that kind of goes back to the last question. It goes back to, look, I don't particularly think Bo Prabula is very good, and wouldn't have been a great option for Tennessee, but that was the backup plan. Tennessee did have a backup plan here, and the fact that you got to get it done with the backup plan. If you miss out on your main options, if you aren't able to get Ty Simpson to enter the portal, if you aren't able to land Sam Levitt, Prabula hadn't committed to Virginia when that had happened yesterday. You got to be able to pivot and get that thing done quickly. So you have a better option if you feel like that was your best backup option, which I think it seems like that's how Josh Heupel and his staff felt, given that they brought him in on campus and told him, all right, we're going to wait and see with things, which I think is fair. It probably didn't help him in the recruitment, but if you have you have to have a backup plan. But if you can't execute it, it doesn't really do you any good, and that's where Tennessee stands right now at quarterback.
Ryan, we just talked about the defense, and we at least feel much better about where we are there than we were when the week ended last week. Obviously, quarterback, top of the list. What's the other priority you think that you feel at the moment is missing? Is it running back, or is there some other position on your mind?
No, I think it's still defense for me. It's still adding depth, mainly along the defensive line. I'd like to see them, I think they need to really, I would like to see them add a player at all three spots: strong side defense end, a defensive tackle, and a Leo. Is that going to happen? It's probably a little unrealistic to think they're going to add three more, one at all three spots, but I do think they could use one more body at all three spots. So to me, that's the biggest need. I do think they need to add a body at running back, but I feel like they'll be able to get something done there. I'm less worried about that, I guess, at this point, but those seem to be the two most pressing. I'd probably like to see them add another body in the defensive backfield. Maybe it's someone that's versatile and can play a couple different spots. Maybe it's just a corner, because I like what Tennessee has as starter at corner, but behind them it's pretty barren right now. But that's just the reality of the defense situation as a whole. As I think we all talked about before they started landing guys, they needed quality and they needed quantity. And now that they've added some quality names, it's probably going to be harder for them to add a whole lot more quality. But you at least need to add quantity, and I'll say this too. I think this were the positive spin of the quarterback situation. You don't have to spend big money on a quarterback. You should have more money to spend on the best that still is available on defense. But of course, that's all moving pieces as Tennessee, still looks at what is potentially available and what they can potentially get in the transfer portal at quarterback.
Ryan Shumpert, RockyTopInsider.com, our guest this afternoon as we broadcast live from Smokey Mountain Brewery in Turkey Creek. I'm Russell Smith alongside Bob and Baird this afternoon. And switching gears here a little bit, Shump, we got basketball at the arena tonight. Tennessee splits games against Texas and Florida last week. You've got A&M and Kentucky at the arena this week before an off week, and then you go on the road twice after that. Obviously, we all know what's coming up this weekend with a big rivalry game against Kentucky, but tonight it just feels a lot like a repeat of last week against the Longhorns. It's a kind of a hold-serve game at home. I don't think anybody's going to be making reservations for the Final Four if Tennessee wins tonight, but if you lose, it's not going to go over well with the Tennessee fan base. Where are you at with this Tennessee basketball season right now, and what are your expectations for tonight against the Aggies?
You're right. I think hold serves pretty accurate way of putting it. Tennessee needs to win these home games during the month of January because the road games are so difficult this month. Obviously, Arkansas and Florida already, and then you head to Alabama and in Athens to face Georgia. your next two games after this week, and those are both going to be really, really challenging games that I don't think Tennessee will be favored in as of right now. So it's important to pick up these wins and just try to keep your head above water in the month of January before the schedule begins to lighten up a little bit in the month of February, and then I guess a little bit down the stretch too into March in regular season play. So important Tennessee takes care of business at home. As far as it goes tonight, I think the common college basketball beliefs that I have, lend well to Tennessee. Tennessee's coming off a loss. They're 1-2. They're desperate, as we just talked about. They need to get a win. Texas A&M 3-0 in conference play. They've won 2 games really narrow margins. They won on a miracle and some fortunate officiating last week down on the Plains. So, and look, A&M's a good team. I don't think they're a great team. So all that points to me feeling good about Tennessee. Now, what I will say is buckyball in this style of play, the Aggies force turnovers at a top 25 rate nationally. They create a lot of chaos. They, just put pressure on your offense at all times. And we've seen Tennessee off and on this season struggle with turnovers. It was about as bad as it's been all season at Florida on Saturday. That's an area Tennessee has to be better. And I point to, I think A&M, and it's almost a little bit what the Lady Vols do to opponents. They're going to be able to, from a ball handling standpoint, from a breaking the press standpoint, I expect them to really put an emphasis of taking Jacoby Gillespie out of the game, making other guys handle the ball. Can Nate Ament, can Bishop Boswell, can Troy Henderson, whoever it is playing in the secondary guard spots, can they handle the ball tonight, make good decisions, and keep Tennessee from turning the ball over at a high clip? Because if Tennessee can keep their turnovers, 13, 12, south of that's not even a great number, but just a solid number. I think they should be able to handle business tonight.
Yeah, Ryan, and looking at their roster, to your point, they're absolutely built for buckyball. But they're not that big, right? I mean, Mackenzie Mbaka was one of their biggest guys, and he's out for the year. That feels, like an opportunity, but, the question becomes, is that a matter then of Rick slowing things down a little bit? And you got to break the press though first. But I do agree with you. I think Jacoby's going to have a bright white light on him in terms of pressure from their defense. And so who is going to emerge? Can Nate Ament maybe build off that Florida game? Because he was one of the few bright spots we saw in Gainesville.
He was. To me, this feels like a game that lends well to him putting together another good performance. This is a team you're going to be able to get some transition opportunities against, and that's what Nate's been best at this year, is getting out in transition, getting to the basket, getting fouled, and getting to the free throw line, and I think he should have those opportunities tonight. I think the big thing, I'm not necessarily sure you'll see Tennessee try to completely slow down the pace. I think what you'll see Tennessee do is put an emphasis when they do break the pressure, when they do have numbers, is to get to the basket and try to get to the foul line. I don't think Tennessee, when they get a 3-on-2 by breaking the press, I don't think they want to settle for threes. Because if they turn this into a fast-paced game that turns into a three-point shooting contest, I think that lends itself to Texas A&M. If Tennessee can get the ball inside, get the ball to the rim, take advantage of their size advantage in this game, I think you could see them have offensive success and play up tempo, even though, in theory or in practicality, you'd say that maybe lends into what Texas A&M wants you to do. But I think Tennessee's going to have a lot of success there if they don't settle for perimeter shots.
Yeah, and I mean, that's another way of playing into their game, right? I mean, A&M's, averaging like 30 3-point attempts a game, something like that. So to your point, what you said earlier, there's definitely some, not apples to apples, but there are some Lady Vols vibes to the way A&M plays.
Yeah, not apples to apples, but similar in how they want to attack you with their defense. And, I think one of the things I would say similar, both teams have a tendency to press even when they don't make shots, which is something that is very rare in college basketball.
Ryan Shumpert with us. Shump, by the way, great job on that pictorial of Lindsey Nelson Stadium over at RockyTopInsider.com. The old gal looking pretty good as we're about 4 weeks away from first pitch against Nicholls State. And, man, part of me sad that Tony's not here to see. I mean, because this is all because of him, obviously. But I guess kudos to Danny White as well for getting it done. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, it does. It's been cool seeing even since probably early November was the last time I'd been over there. They've made a lot of progress on it, and just going up to like where those club seats are going to be and looking at, the view's just fantastic. The concession stand, bathroom areas popping up on both sides. The concourse is a little expanded behind home plate and behind the grandstand, so it all looks great. I know it's mad dash for them right now, trying to get everything done, or as much as they can get done before the start of the season. But it looks really good, and even the new playing field, it's the exact same design, but I think it even just has, probably by nature of being new, a little bit more pop to it right now, and it should be exciting just to get in there and start a season, and then all the more exciting as we get into the heart of SEC play, and maybe even some home postseason games to see this place, kind of the vision, the dream that Tony Vitello and Danny White, is fully supported to see it packed out in a real hostile environment in a high-level college baseball venue.
New stadium, new field, new coach, a lot of new. I understand some new uniforms as well for Tennessee baseball this year. So people are really excited about that, man. I can't wait. I'm ready for some Tennessee baseball. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready. I'm here for it.
Check with me after tonight. Might be more ready than we know. Yeah.
Ryan, do you get your pessimistic worldview from Bob Baskerville? I've heard that the two of you share a similar mindset when it comes to these sports.
Sir, that's not true. But go ahead, Ryan.
No, I definitely think I'm, a little more cynical. Maybe is the right word. Look, I don't know. Maybe I grew up, and the Tennessee teams that I watched were the teams coached by Derek Dooley and Butch Jones and Jeremy Pruitt by the time they got to college, and Donnie Tyndall, and some frustrating Conzo Martin teams, and Tennessee baseball stuff that wasn't even worth mentioning. So that's probably some of it. But I don't know if that's really the case. Tennessee's been pretty dang strong as an athletic department the last couple of years. I just have a maybe a little bit more pessimistic eye.
I'll let it be known that Ryan tamps me down sometimes where I'm trying to be sunshine pumper, and he's like, no, let me get you straightened out here. So Ryan's he's elite in that level.
You guys would,
and I think I can be even a little even kill at times. So when everybody's really, really down, I think I sometimes say, I don't think it's quite as bad as everybody thinks. So I think it goes both ways. Maybe others will disagree with that, but that's how I try to keep it as even kill as possible.
So with that said, we will not be talking to you again until after the Kentucky game. What do you think happens there on Saturday?
I said to somebody, I guess
we're winning
around this time it was probably around this time last week where it's like, that's a game Tennessee really needs to get just because everything was talked about. And Tennessee's played so poorly against Kentucky at home the last couple of years. It feels like they've played better in the games at Rupp or maybe in the SEC tournament. So, look, I feel solid about it, but I don't think Tennessee has a ton of like kill shot ability right now. That term for 10-0 runs. It doesn't feel like Tennessee can really put their foot on teams right now, especially teams like Kentucky that are pretty good defensively. So I am my prediction right now, a handful of days out without seeing the midweek games, is Tennessee wins, but it's probably going to be a game that's pretty agonizing for Vol fans to watch for a lot of it.
I've coined a term for those. Those are root canal games. Brought to you by Knoxville. Yeah. They're tough, but hey, man, I'll take a W after a root canal game any day of the week. So big week for Rick Barnes and the basketball Vols. We'll see how it goes. Hey, Shump, appreciate the time, man. Everybody go check out those Lindsey Nelson pictures at RockyTopInsider.com. Ryan, Rick, the boys doing a fantastic job over there covering everything Tennessee. Ryan Shumpert, we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, sounds great. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan Shumpert of RockyTopInsider.com doing his thing this afternoon. And, I'm not ready for Kentucky just yet. We'll cross that bridge starting tomorrow. Maybe we'll just punt on that till Thursday, Friday.
Kentucky's still got to play LSU before Saturday, too. So don't know how that'll play out. I think it might be in Baton Rouge, too.
They're not good.
Kentucky?
Or LSU?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both.
Well, LSU's just not putting any money into the program, are they?
They did this year, but it may be too little too late. It still may not be enough. They started out in non-conference like they have the past couple of years, really good, but then they get mauled. They're 0-3 in conference already. So,
I mean, can that guy really be on the hot seat if they're not? I mean, they're pouring seems like every dollar and every resource into the Kiffin machine down there.
They're the inverse, by the way, of everything we talk about here. It's like it's a known fact that they pump more money into women's basketball and baseball than they do into men's basketball there.
It's insane, man, given their history.
Yeah.
Come on out, see us. Smoky Mountain Brewery in Turkey Creek. DR Vol and Starla making an appearance this afternoon. And look how quick they got those appies out for them. They sat down like 2 minutes ago already. Big old plate of wings in front of them.
There you go.
And I think DR is going to need a refill on that Cherokee Red coming up here any second as well. Stay with us. You're listening to The Drive. It's Fan Run Radio. Back with more right after this.
The Drive.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco at Knoxville Smiles. Have you ever wanted to improve the look of your smile? We know firsthand what the power of a great smile means to a person's confidence and health. Our team of doctors can provide you with an array of options for helping you achieve your cosmetic goals. From simply moving teeth into a better position, to reversible cosmetic bonding, to full mouth implant-supported dentures. It is our goal to help patients feel good about their appearance while achieving optimal health. Want to learn more? Call us at 865-539-1776 to schedule an evaluation or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues on a Tuesday afternoon at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Appreciate Ron Shumpert stopping by there, talk a little UT athletics with us here. Yeah, basketball tonight, baseball just around the corner, but it is football that has captured the attention of Vol Nation, as it so often does right now. What is Tennessee going to do for a quarterback? 865-966-3435. If you've got thoughts on that, you can call the show or text us today at 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on the show this afternoon. Texter says, at this time, you go get Lagway. All the talent in the world, was the Heisman favorite entering the season this year. Just trust Heupel to fix the issues.
His inability to not turn the ball over repeatedly. I thought Lagway signed with somebody.
Baylor. Well, I don't know if he formally signed, but that's where he committed.
All right. Here we go. Would you guys take Lagway rather than – you got a choice. We start the year with Faison, Brandon, and G-Mac, or DJ Lagway.
I'm telling you, I think part of the – because they didn't bring Lagway in on a visit. As far as we know, I don't know if they had any contact at all. They didn't bring Raiola in. The only guys they brought in are one-year guys. I think they're afraid of running off G-Mac or Faison. I think it'd
be G-Mac.
Well, they feel like they can pitch it. Hey, this is just a one-year guy, and then it's you guys.
Right.
But if you bring in a guy with 2 or 3 years, those kids are going to be, hey, wait a minute. Like, this guy comes in and learns the system and and all of a sudden it's his job, and I'm just sitting here for 2. I've already sat here for a year. I'm going to sit here for 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah, no, kids aren't going to do that anymore.
Which I get that thinking, but as we said earlier, Bob, if you're Josh Heupel, you got to find the best quarterback for 2026 right now. And you worry about 2027 next year, because next year is not guaranteed to you.
Yeah. God, it's
an oh God moment, isn't it? But
well, it really is.
Oh,
I just don't know, man. I just don't know what else to do at this point. And I don't know, man. It bums me out because we've shown so much movement in some of the other areas where we need it. Defense for sure.
Yeah,
if you would have told me going in that we wouldn't have gotten any of these quarterbacks, I wouldn't have believed it. I was certain we were going to see one of them come here. And we also have also in the text box somebody saying, directed towards me, saying, Bob, according to Austin Price last night, Tennessee did not want Perbula, whatever it is.
They were kind of lukewarm to the idea.
Yeah, I guess, and I'd say that's probably fair. I mean, I think we were all lukewarm to that idea at best.
Yeah, I don't.
What I was saying was, what happened once Levitt went down. I think any shot that we would have even wanted to have Perbula come in and just visit and talk it out, that just vanished.
Do you think that his plan all along was to get Levitt here, or do you think that was a result of, because word got around that his visit did not end well at LSU?
Who?
And Levitt. Like when he was down there, Damon Williams thing, and I wonder if Tennessee suddenly he either returned a phone call or we saw an opportunity.
Well, I think the fact that we now know on good authority that Lane was in Knoxville, right? And I mean, the fact that we didn't close that deal
before he left.
I mean, I guess maybe we thought once he left LSU and came to Knoxville, it's like, okay, LSU's out of the picture, but we should know better with Lane.
I really thought the kid was going to end up at Miami. I don't know. I'm not that torn up about missing out on Levitt, but I'm beginning to, your list of plan A, B, C, whatever, that kind of gave me a false sense of security, because it's like, yeah, surely, Russ is right. He's got to have a plan. He's got
teach you to trust me.
I blame you now.
Hey, man, it might end up okay. This Judge and wherever gives Joey his extra year, we're good, right?
If he can find time to put his robe on and listen to some people talk over a video conference.
You know, over the past couple of days, there's been people, and they said it also when Lo and I did the podcast the other night, that everybody keeps saying the Joey case is a direct parallel to the Diego Pavia case. I don't know if you can say that right now, just because it feels like the goalposts keep moving on this stuff. So that's, so if that were the case, then yesterday we would have said, we might have heard that this was going to proceed, and it still may work out, but I just don't think it's a given that it's like, well, it happened where Diego got an extra year, so Joey's going to get an extra year. I don't buy that. Not right now, man. Everything's too volatile.
Do you think that if they had gone ahead and just given these guys 5 years to play 5 years, you got 5 years of eligibility instead of the 4, that would have take care of a lot of these issues?
I don't know, but have you seen the thing that they're talking about at the coaches convention today about the redshirt rule?
No, I haven't seen that.
No, huh?
So I had to triple check this to make sure I was seeing this right. The coaches have voted to change the redshirt rule from you could play it up to 4 games and retain your redshirt to you can play in up to 9 games and retain your redshirt year.
My God.
Well, I feel like in that case, if I'm one of these big time programs, we want to be competitive with, I'm playing. If it's somebody really good, you just don't play them in the bye games. If it's somebody fresh.
Their reasoning is the kids can basically hold out after 4 games to retain their red shirt.
Yeah.
And it's well, hold out after 9 games. If you have a really good player and he's played bits and pieces in 9 games, and all of a sudden you get to November and he says, well, I ain't playing. I want to retain my year. Doesn't that make the problem worse? I mean, of all the issues college football has right now, this is what we're focusing on. I mean, it's just,
it's how we get to the point where we've had guys that have been in college for 6 years. We've still got, I guess technically, are all the COVID guys gone yet?
If they aren't, there's but a handful of them left.
That's when I really feel like that was the line of, the break. We turned as a, sport down this path after
it's like
COVID.
These portal guys that we're getting, and people ask me, well, how many years does the Campbell kid have? How many years? I'm like,
I have no clue.
I don't know.
The one I do know is Coleman, just because he was a true freshman last year. So
Gilliam was a redshirt freshman. I mean, it's everybody's different, obviously. We'll get back into it. Got to take a quick timeout here. Hour number 2 will begin with the top 4 at 4. Walker Smith will get you caught up on everything going on in the world of sports this afternoon, and then we'll get right back to it here on Fan Run Radio. Hour number 2 of The Drive coming up.
The Drive. The voluntary reaction.
Can't get enough Tennessee basketball? Join Fan Run Radio as soon as every UT game is over for Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all. The Voluntary Reaction will be taking your calls on the Vols as soon as every game is over. So tune in and buckle up as we drink from the keg of glory all the way to the Final Four.
The Voluntary Reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Hey, this is Bo Kregner with the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. In sports, home field advantage matters, and it's the same in real estate. Our team knows every neighborhood, every play that gets you the win, whether you're buying your first home or selling for top dollar. Let's get you in the end zone. Call me today at 865-742-1035 or visit BoKnowsHouses.com. The Kregner Group, walking by faith, serving others.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem their problem, no matter which federal agency you work for. Don't face federal employment issues alone. Remember, remain silent, request counsel, call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Men all around Knoxville are celebrating the difference Men's Pro has made in their life. I'm Evan Bass, founder of the clinic. If you're struggling with ED, we want you to be able to celebrate as well. As men, we hate going to the doctor, but Men's Pro was designed to take care of men like you better. These things can get worse if untreated, but you're not alone. The medical support team at Men's Pro has your back. Today's the day to feel alive again. ED, performance issues, enhancement. We've effectively helped men jumpstart their performance comprehensively and with proven medication dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and under guidance from our medical provider, you could leave with a plan that changes your life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the drive underway here at Smokey Mountain Brewery in Turkey Creek. I'm Russell Smith. Send things back to the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios where Marcus Young, just talking to Marcus Young. Young Marcus Young is here, ladies and gentlemen. Come on out, see the stars today at Smokey Mountain Brewery. Used to be Marcus Young sitting back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Now it's Walker Smith.
Appreciate the enthusiasm.
What's up, Walker?
At number 1, the number 24 Vols have another big game tonight at home against Texas A&M as Tennessee looks to hold serve in Thompson Bowling Arena. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. and is showing on SEC Network. Tennessee is a 10.5-point favorite.
So A&M have any players we got to be wary of, Bob?
Ruben Dominguez.
That's a great name.
Leading scorer.
Sounds like a relief pitcher for the 1950s Yankees.
I think he's about 6'6". As I said earlier, they're not very big, which might be an opportunity for us.
If anybody over 6'7", is that true?
That sounds about right. But, yeah, Dominguez, and then, Papa Isaacs, who's been around. He's played at a couple other schools, like Texas Tech and Creighton. Although in Creighton, he missed, the entire season last year. But he's a guard, good player. Rylan Griffin, remember him from Alabama? They got a few guys.
And they like to...
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Bear.
No, that was just it. Go ahead, bud.
At number 2, Missouri quarterback transfer Bo Pribula has committed to Virginia out of the NCAA transfer portal. Pribula was the third best quarterback uncommitted in the portal at the time of his commitment and the 16th ranked overall quarterback, and had previously taken a visit to Tennessee earlier this week. Now the Vols will be looking elsewhere for their next quarterback.
Doesn't feel like there was a lot of interest from either side on that one, does there?
Oh, I think Prebula wanted to come.
Yeah, I think he would have.
I think he wanted to come. I just don't think we were committed to it, as I said in hour number one. And if you don't really believe that this is the guy, and I mean, look, even for Bo Prebula, he's a SEC starting quarterback transferring to another SEC school. If we would have taken him, I mean, he's not coming for $500,000. Like, he's going to want, I would assume, 7 figures. And if you're not committed, this is our guy, we're going to build around him, he's going to lead us to wins this year, then you don't drop 7 figures on the guy. My opinion.
I think that's right.
No, you are.
At number 3, after a historic 19-season run in Pittsburgh, head coach Mike Tomlin just informed his team that he is stepping down from the Steelers' job. The Steelers now will be looking for their 4th head coach since the year 1969. This comes on the heels of his 7th straight playoff loss to the Houston Texans last night. However, since he wasn't officially fired, teams will have to trade for him if they want him to join their team.
I think he's headed straight for TV, everything I've read.
Congratulations to Jamie Utah. It's Liberation Day in his world. He's been waiting for this for a long time.
Yeah, he has. I mean, if you're a Steelers fan and you get out on your coach, you may be in for a long, long wait.
So the Steelers are about to hire their 4th coach of my lifetime.
Mine too. Probably Bob's as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's I'm not surprised he's gone. I just am kind of amazed it was like this right after. And I guess maybe that's the whole notion. There's so many open jobs out there, and there are candidates. They needed to make the move quickly.
Is that the best job open now?
Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Who'd you put in front of it?
I mean, as far as like a steady organization, yeah, probably. But
I mean, the roster's not
as
great.
I mean, like, they don't have a quarterback.
And they don't really Baltimore.
Yeah, I think it's Baltimore. I mean, they've got stuff to work on, particularly on defense, but you got Lamar Jackson, you got probably a couple more seasons of Derrick Henry, maybe.
But I guess that was part of their problem, was he kept them in that no man's land of, like, right in the dead center of the draft, at least for the first round. And
yeah,
they weren't going to mortgage the future to move up.
Boy, that was hard to watch last night. They were lucky that, I mean, if not for a couple of bonehead Texans turnovers, I mean, that it was ugly. It could have been really ugly.
At number 4, there's some excellent games in college hoops tonight. At 7 p.m., number 20 Louisville hosts number 16 Virginia. Later on, number 3 UConn plays at number 25 Seton Hall at 8 p.m., and number 2 Iowa State goes on the road to Kansas. In the SEC, Alabama plays Mississippi State, and Florida plays at Oklahoma, both at 9 p.m.
Keep an eye on Alabama at the hump tonight.
All right.
I don't know why. Now, it could go the other way. Alabama's lost 2 in a row. They could just go out and blister them, but I don't know, man. This is kind of a show-me game for Alabama in my mind, because things get weird down at the hump. We've seen it happen to our guys.
It happens.
Mm-hmm. What year was the dump in the hump?
Like 2012, 2013. And Cons over. Who was that guy? Ray. Rick Ray?
Bob.
For the coach?
Ross Ray? Yeah.
I don't remember.
Something Ray.
It wasn't Stansbury, right?
No, it was well after Stansbury. Was it Rick Ray?
That sounds like it would be right, but I have no idea.
So whoever it was before Ben Howland.
Alert listener, who's the coach I'm thinking of and tangled horns with Conzo Martin to about a 47-45 tune?
Setback college basketball.
The late
20 years.
caller Willie referred to it as the dump at the hump.
I miss Willie.
Thank you, Walker. That is the top 4 at 4. It's brought to you this afternoon by Smokey Mountain Brewery, where we are this afternoon. The pizza of the month here is Kemp's Chicken Parm Pizza.
Whoa.
Italian cheese blend with fresh mozzarella, chicken Parmesan pizza sauce, Parmesan cheese, and fresh basil. Come on out, try one this afternoon. We got the Brew House chili as well. It's homemade chili with white cheddar cheese and diced red onion and Fritos. You can choose between a cup or a bowl, and that, as they say, ladies and gentlemen, is the good stuff.
I had some of their renowned chicken tenders today.
What kind of sauce you go with?
Tossed in the Thunder Road.
That's just so good.
It was very good.
Bob Baskerville, big tendies guy.
I do like tendies. Got to admit.
Chowhound.
Easy to manage. You know, you don't get the stuff all over you. That's always important.
Like gnawing off the bone.
You eat those with your fingers, or are you a fork and knife on the tendies guy?
Well, it depends. If they're sauced, yeah, it's got to be fork and knife. If they're not, yeah, sometimes you bare hand them. Why not?
Man, there are some special drivers out here in West Knoxville today. I was out and around today, and just people doing silly stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm behind a guy on Lovell who's wanting to turn left, but I guess he doesn't understand how a turn lane works. So he's just like in the regular, and I'm riding behind him trying to eat some,
of course you are,
leftover food with a fork, and they say, "Come on, Grandpa, let's go."
With a fork?
Yeah, man.
You're eating while you drive.
Hey, man, I multitask.
With a
What can I
fork.
say? My wife just texted me. She got a speeding ticket just now.
Runs in the family, I guess.
She said she was listening to REM's Stand. She was singing along.
Stand.
Which is not a good story. Like, if you're going to say I
No.
was pulled over for speeding and you blame it on the music, it's like I was listening to the jam out at the end of One by Metallica. I lost myself in it. Yeah.
She got a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
Who was it? It was I'm pretty sure it was John. Do you not remember when John Reed used to eat cereal with milk on his drive-in when he was on the morning show? Remember that calamity?
Yeah.
He spilled it all over everything.
Crazy.
My tough one is in the morning. If my kids will want to ride to school because it's raining or something out, and so like I'm doing
your
that.
coffee.
Yeah, and I'm just like staggering out, and I've got a couple of those nice like thermoses, and
Travel
stuff,
mugs, whatever they call
but
them.
it's just not the same as a mug
It's a China mug
of hot coffee.
Yeah.
And so like several times I'm like, I can do this. I can pull this off. It's just right up the street. I can drive them to school. I can hold my mug of coffee. I won't spill it. And it's always, as soon as I get out on the road, I'm like, oh, this is a bad idea. I'm going to spill this all over me.
Hey, we got Timothy McGee back in the super chat.
Shout out Tim McGee.
What if it was the real Tim McGee? That'd be
That's
great.
awesome.
Wouldn't it?
He says here, go after the JUCO QB from EMCC. They play that up-tempo offense. Not sure who he is.
East Mississippi Community College from Last Chance.
I don't know. Might be.
Is that dude Buddy Stevens still coaching down there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Remember when he tried to put half a bag of Red Man in his face on that show, and it's just coming out his cheeks?
Oh, yeah, the chubby coach. That guy.
Yeah. Got a couple listeners saying some
One way
nice
of putting
things. Tim Dewberry, I should say. Tim Dewberry 528 says, enjoy the show, guys. I'm just checking in. And then we also heard from somebody a little earlier, N8 Jones 219. Hi, Russ, Bob, and Bear. Love the show. Go Big Orange. So appreciate that.
The kind words.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't read the ones that are like
super negative.
You guys suck.
Yeah.
Unless they're just making fun of Bear.
If it's Bear, that's a must read.
Mhm.
Speaking of not so nice, actually, it's just being candid. That's all. Josh 19756 says first throw 7 at CJ Bailey. I guess maybe 7 million. I don't know. First throw 7 at CJ Bailey. Try getting him in the portal. If he says no, go to Cal and get that kid. Saga Polatele. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
He says no.
The last Cal quarterback to transfer worked out pretty well.
Did okay. He says if he says no, go to the next kid. Letting this drag out is really stupid.
I did think about this. Do you think that we're going to have trouble with Samoan players after the big fallout with Big Nick and all that?
Yeah, I don't know. a good question.
I mean, do they have like a meeting of all the Samoans and decide that Tennessee is a no-go?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I don't know.
And speaking of, is it a foregone conclusion that the kid from Utah is going to Michigan?
Well, following his former coach, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a bummer, man.
God, I saw a Utah fan tweet out something last night because let me get this straight. Just because some jerk at another school basically had an affair with somebody in the office.
Yeah.
I'm losing my best recruit.
Yeah, the butterfly effect has been unkind to Utah.
Yeah, I felt the guy's pain.
And Sharon Moore, it was not on his mind when he kicked that door in and grabbed that butter knife that he's really screwing over Utah in all of this.
No, What a knucklehead.
Have you heard from a couple people that, and I'm sure some of it's tongue in cheek, but who knows, that there's some people going, hey, why not make a call to Nico?
No.
I know. That's what I would say.
Knows the system.
Yeah, that's true.
He still doesn't throw the ball very good. I watched some UCLA this year. Where'd their record end up? They got hurt.
4-8. They lost their first 4, then they won 4 in a row, and then they lost 4 in a row.
Does he throw it as good as Perbula?
No, I think better than that.
The question is, does he throw it as good as George McIntyre? Because I feel like that's where we're at right now, boys.
I agree. I'm just getting to a point where.
Don't say it. Don't say you don't care.
I don't. Well, I don't not care, but at the same time, there's nothing we can do to impact that change. It's like, just roll with it. I mean, there was a moment where I felt that way last season when Nico in the spring, when he announced his transfer. For a minute, I was like, okay, if we got to roll with Merck, because everybody I think was so mad at the way that Nico handled it all. It's like, at that point, it's all fresh and the season hasn't started. And I remember even saying on my show, like, hey, y'all got to accept that maybe Josh doesn't have a banner season given this curveball. And I was like, I'm behind that. But then here we are. It didn't go that well this year.
Tanner, can you get behind George McIntyre quarterback this year? You can do it.
There we go. That's one.
Rusty, can we get on the George McIntyre train this year? That was not a confident yes.
No.
Yeah.
DR Vol, Starla, George McIntyre. You guys here for it this year? DR says thumbs down.
No.
Starla says thumbs up. There we go. All right, so we're 2-2. The live audience here this afternoon. We'll go and poll the rest of the people here during the break.
I just don't think there's any chance he'd finish. I'd be surprised if that kid made it through the whole season without getting broken.
Well, and what's all this stuff? I mean, I don't want to start breaking like HIPAA stuff, but they're saying that the kid suffers from celiac disease.
What is that?
Well, that's what I was referring to the other day. I have a family member who has it. It's a severe intolerance to gluten. I mean, to the point that it makes you very, very, very sick.
I'm still not entirely sure what gluten is either.
Well, bread and
grains,
pizza.
So this dude can't eat a sandwich.
No, you can get gluten-free bread all over the place these days.
Autoimmune disorder.
Yeah, but that might be why the kid is having trouble putting on weight. I mean, it's hard on you.
Yeah. Ooh, this looks miserable according to AI.
Here we go.
WebMD not painting a rosy picture of celiac disease.
No, it says autoimmune disorder where gluten consumption triggers an immune response that damages the small intestine's lining, Russell, preventing nutrient absorption and causing symptoms like bloating, diarrhea, fatigue, anemia, and headaches.
The other medical term for that is your ability to thrive.
Does he really? Do we know that he has celiac, or is this just something
we don't know.
Speculated on yesterday?
Me?
Yes.
No, I wasn't speculating. That's what I reported a rumor that's been going on.
A reported rumor. That sounds a little bit oxymoronic.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Another one from Tim McGee before we hit a break. Beer Money, he starts out and says, why not just get a depth piece? This whole drop the bag kind of doesn't always work out, not trying to be negative. And by the way, I will say that somebody earlier said, hey, take that $4 million we're paying Nate Ahmed and go and get a quarterback. That's a classic example of how this thing could have worked out as well with like Sam Levitt or anyone else. We don't know. And it still may work out okay with Nate, but it sure hasn't so far.
Well, Levitt's recovering from a Liz Frank injury.
Exactly.
There's no
exactly
guarantee. Like, we already know he's going to be out for spring practice. There's no guarantee he's going to be ready for the season. And if we had spent $7 million, which was rumored that we made some ginormous offer late last night,
I'd have been pissed.
If he had come here and not been able to play, like he missed even a handful of games at the beginning of the season, and it was like a Jermod McCoy situation, will he or won't he? Oh, and fans would hold Heupel directly responsible.
Exactly. I mean, this is the cautionary tale. Like I said, just think about how we're feeling about the whole situation with Nate Ahmed right now. I think it would be magnified if this happens where we spent that much money on Levitt and then he's not playable because of the Liz Frank recovery.
You're going Liz Frank now.
I don't know what it is. We'll call it the LF. How about that?
That sounds like some sort of European monetary currency.
Yeah,
Franc.
Yeah.
Coming up, David Nuno covers Texas A&M for TexAgs.com. Aggies in town. The basketball version tonight for a big SEC matchup at Thompson Bowling Assembly Center and Arena. We will break it down from the A&M perspective with David Nuno when we continue next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
What if I told you you could pay off your home in an average of 7 years without making more money or spending a dime less, simply by changing how your mortgage is structured? Sounds impossible? Let me show you how it works. I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, helping families across the U.S. save thousands in interest and own their home years sooner. Don't believe me? Give me a call at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com to learn more. NMLS number 332941.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues live this afternoon at Smoky Mountain Brewery in Turkey Creek. Come on out and join us this afternoon. We're right next to Calhoun's on Parkside Drive. It is a beautiful Tuesday afternoon in East Tennessee. Russell Smith, Bob Baskerville, and Bear down here. Walker Smith back in the White Claw Hard Seltzer studios of Fan Run Radio. And David Nuno covers Texas A&M for Texags.com. Good afternoon, David. How are you, sir?
Gentlemen, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on. We're excited to see Buckyball tonight at Thompson Bowling Arena as A&M and Tennessee get after it. And for the uninitiated, what are we getting to see? This Buckyball stuff sounds a little crazy, but also a little fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen different variations of this kind of high-style tempo. You've seen Alabama use it. You've seen Georgia use it. But it's basically an aggressive, fast-paced style that Bucky McMillan used since his high school coaching days. And it's just going to be relentless, full-court pressure, constant trapping, high-volume three-point shooting, similar to what we saw from Mike D'Antoni back in the day with 7 seconds or less. But really, they want to do it on both sides of the ball, deep player rotation to create chaos. They like to go 10 to 12 deep. So it's really just to cause as much chaos as possible, play at a high volume, and just make opponents wither down, hopefully, by the end of a game.
Hey, David, it's good talking to you again, man. Thanks for hopping on. I was looking across the lineup that you guys have because it's not very big and it's conducive to what Buckyball is about, I'd say. Is it safe to say Mackenzie Mabako, who's out for the year, was out of all the new players, because that roster, as I recall, it's almost entirely new players. Is it almost top to bottom brand new guys?
Only one returning player from last year's squad. That's Chris McDermott. Yeah, it's a brand new team, completely rebuilt. When Buzz Williams went to Maryland, he took a couple players with him, and a lot of guys were just graduating out of eligibility. So Bucky has completely just had to piecemeal, and he actually was put behind the 8 ball because he got hired, kind of late in the process. A&M expected to go a little bit deeper in the NCAA tournament, losing to Michigan, but Buzz Williams did not announce he was leaving until around the Sweet 16 Elite 8 time. That Saturday, I believe it was. So that's when Bucky got hired a few days later and had to move stuff. So, and he wants some bigger guys. He certainly does, and he wants to get some people that he kind of homegrown. But his best player was supposed to be Mackenzie Mbako. It was supposed to be him. And unfortunately, with his injury, we really only saw him a couple different times. They haven't had him, and he's their only real NBA player.
Yeah, I was going to say some of these names are familiar, certainly Rylan Griffin, Papa Isaacs. They've had other stops, but it seemed to me from afar that Mabako was going to be kind of the centerpiece of this lineup, and that's a tough blow. To tell us about Ruben Dominguez, though, because this is a nice player.
Oh, he's been fantastic. He's a Spain kid that is 22 years old, but he played professionally in Spain. I don't know how that works, where you can play at such a high level and come play college ball, but he's here. He's been a really nice addition to the team. I think he's shooting in the high 40s from the three-point line, and he's going to get you 4 a game. That's what he's been doing since he got here. He's been really, really good, and he provides something that A&M hasn't had in a while. Like last year, they had C.J. Wilcher who could shoot the 3 ball, but Buzz Williams didn't play C.J. Wilcher a lot because he didn't play really good defense in Buzz's eyes. Ruben Dominguez is an integral piece of the team. He's been shooting 47.1 from 3, so that just tells you 57 made threes and hit 4 of 9 in this past game.
Talking with David Nuno this afternoon of Texags, and no starters above 6'8" for Texas A&M tonight. Is size a concern going up against a Tennessee team with a lot of depth in the post?
Absolutely. Well, you got a 6'10" guy, a 6'11" guy, another 6'11" guy, and was it number 2 nationally in offensive rebounding? Absolutely sizes up. But look, this is not a game that a lot of people are predicting A&M to win. That's why they have to muddy the waters. They have to make it, a rock fight with a coach, Rick Barnes, who makes games physical, right? So A&M not only have to play physical, they got to play fast. Your only hope of winning this game is keeping it close, hitting a bunch of threes, and tiring out a very good, deep Tennessee team, right? I think size plays a major role. They've won games where they've lost the rebounding edge, and I think they rebound well for a smaller team. Size is definitely the storyline. So what A&M has to do is either maximize their speed or get lucky and hit a bunch of threes. And they're a really good three-point shooting team. You're going to have to hit more than you usually do, especially on the road.
Yeah, you're right at that cut line on three-point percentage. I've always heard like 38% and higher. If you're shooting them with volume, you stand to be in pretty good shape in your games to be competitive. And it sounds like, am I getting this number right, that you guys average about 30 field goal attempts a game from three-point range?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I think the formula for A&M to win tonight is they're going to have to hit 12, 13 threes, shoot around 40%, which seems like a very high margin, but that's going to be, I think, what it's going to take to keep Tennessee off the glass and again, go back to that running.
Talking with David Nuno this afternoon as they make the transition from buzz ball to bucky ball. We did a similar thing a long time ago, over 20 years, Bob. We went from buzz ball to Bruce ball. We had Buzz Peterson, and then Bruce Pearl came in here and did a full court press. There was, when you have that contrast between kind of a slow it down, grind it out, half court approach, and then a guy like Bucky or Bruce Pearl comes in and starts, hey, we're going to play 90 plus feet and it's going to be rock and roll. That's exciting. Has that been galvanizing for the Texas A&M fan base? I know they didn't necessarily want to lose Buzz Williams last year, but when you bring in a guy that plays an exciting brand of basketball, has that been enticing to Texas A&M fans?
Let's see if I can be diplomatic here. I don't think people were that upset that Buzz left. Buzz is a very successful coach. Seriously, that was the best team he built. Here's the only issue I have with Buzz. It's just not a very aesthetically pleasing game to watch. I enjoyed watching it because I like defense. I like physicality, but I'm in the minority when it comes to that. But also, it takes a while for a Buzz team to be built. I'm not saying that Bucky's going to build an NCAA tournament team this year, although he might. They got to get to 10 wins. They got 3. It's going to be hard, but, I don't know. There's too many unknowns with a team that was just put together. But, this is a brand of basketball. A lot of times when teams or programs or NFL teams also, you go from one style to a completely opposite style, and that's exactly what A&M did. So the fact that this team is very good from the free throw line, something the Buzz team struggled with the last few years, they're very good from the three-point line. They don't rebound like a Buzz Williams team, that's for sure. But what they do is run. It is not a slow. So what Buzz was trying to do was minimize offensive possessions. What Bucky's trying to do is get as many offensive possessions as possible. And that's a complete difference, right? A contrast to each other.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think for Tennessee fans tonight, they should expect to see you guys. I would think if it's going right, you're going to take quite a few more shots than Tennessee will in this game because it's very possession heavy. I'm just looking at the SEC schedule so far. You guys are 3-0, obviously off to a great start. Tell us a little about that Auburn game because, as I recall, I was kind of in and out watching that, but that was one. It felt like Auburn was Auburn in charge in that, or was it the other way around? I can't recall how that played out.
A&M was in complete control for, I'd say, the first 16 minutes of the game. It looked like they were, comfortably ahead, 6 to 10 points. Then Auburn took the lead towards the end of the first half, extended that up to 16. A&M then went on a 33 to 4 run, 33 to 6 run, something to that effect. They had a big lead with about a minute left. I think it was up to about 10 with about a minute 10 left. Auburn comes roaring back. A&M misses some free throws. A&M hits a shot at the end. Auburn comes back, and A&M misses a free throw, which on intentional free throw after missing the first free throw on a one-on-one, or excuse me, on 2 free throws. And Auburn gets the ball, they shoot, and they're just a millisecond late. And, when you first watch it, you thought they got it off on time, but there was a little bit of a slow start on the clock. The SEC, they usually only make a report when they make a mistake. There was no report after that game.
Yeah, that had to be. I saw Bucky's social media post after that about, he made sure to mention milliseconds because they matter, and I thought that was good. He's adapting to the SEC troll game pretty well right off the bat.
Yeah, he did that on social media on the A&M account, and but just having fun with it because he kind of thought 2 things. He didn't think it should have come down to that, and if they don't miss that free throw, obviously they take matters at their own hands. But that's what happens when you go on the road. So A&M's going to have to hit their free throws on the road in Knoxville.
We're all in favor of trolling Stephen Pearl and Auburn basketball as much as possible here in East Tennessee, David. So we wholeheartedly signed off on that tweet. David Nuno is with us here this afternoon. David, I want to ask about the transfer portal in football and maybe even a little college baseball if we get a chance. Anything else, though, on this basketball game tonight that has your attention as we get set to watch the Vols and Aggies tip it off here in about 2.5 hours or so in East Tennessee?
Look, I just think A&M is going to have to play a clean game on the road, something that they have not done a lot of. Either they've had turnovers, they've missed some free throws. It's going to be really, and I think this Tennessee is without a doubt the best team A&M has faced this year. They're going to have to play a really flawless game offensively to have a chance in this game. And if that's the case, they'll have a chance late because SEC games usually come down to the last few minutes anyway. But if they're not hitting their shots early, I think the Volunteers will run the floor and just, dominate this game. But if A&M can hit shots early and feel comfortable, I think that speed that they play at could really make some problems for some tired legs at the end of the game. But that's a long ways away. They're going to have to do it for 38, 39 minutes before that even becomes a problem.
So I know you guys over at TexAgs, you have the message board and everything. Are Aggie fans in a full-on, just riding that roller coaster of elation and just freaking out completely when it comes to following the comings and goings in the NCAA transfer portal?
And second question, do you guys have a quarterback? We're struggling.
Got a spare?
Yeah.
Well, Marcel Reed is coming back. There's no doubt about that. It's interesting, guys. I think there's I don't think apathy is the right word. I hate bringing this up on my show, but I'm on your show, so I'll bring it up. Texas A&M fans have a thing called BAS, Battered Aggie Syndrome, and they don't know how to, enjoy a good time. The fact that the last 8 quarters of football for A&M were their worst quarters of football of the season, it just has made this offseason not as exciting as a year ago. A year ago, they were 8-5. They weren't as good, right? They lost to Texas also, and there was a little bit of apathy there, but you just felt it's year 2 of Mike Elko. I feel like right now people are just upset that they lost to a Miami team that they thought they had a chance to beat, and they should have beat in their eyes. And then you lose to Texas 2 years in a row. So I think that has caused a little bit of issue. A&M has done excellent in the transfer portal. I mean, they brought in some really nice players. But even if they don't have the 5 or 4-star names that, people gravitate to, that's what people want to hear. They want Cam Coleman. They want these big names, right? And who doesn't? What Mike Elko and his staff have done is they've picked really good groceries for the chef. And if you look at some of the names that were on the roster last year, they were transfer guys that not a lot of people knew about. Not a lot of people knew about Cassius Howell when he was at Bowling Green. Not a lot of people knew about Will Lee at K-State. They knew about him, but he wasn't the level of player that he became. Armaj Reed Adams, the right guard for Texas A&M. These are all players that Mike Elko went and got in the portal and helped build his culture with. And I think that's what he's doing again. From Houston Thomas, an excellent tight end out of UTSA, to Ray Coney, the linebacker who's going to be replacing Torian York. They picked up Tafik Byard. They picked up a kicker. Kicking was a real problem for Texas A&M this year. David Olano, he's going to be a really nice guy. They're a brand new offensive line. It takes a while for an offensive line to gel, but they got 3 guys coming over with SEC experience and a lot of SEC starting experience, I should say. And they've helped pick up the interior defensive line with a couple of really nice players. So, you can't really judge a portal class until after the season, in my opinion. But at least from production, from where they're coming from, I think Mike has done a really good job getting good players for, I think, a brutal schedule in the SEC next year. They got to go on the road to Tuscaloosa. They got to go to Austin again. They got to go to Baton Rouge again. That's back-to-back years going to Baton Rouge. They got to go to Columbia again. So it is going to be a difficult schedule for A&M. So they better, give Marcel Reed enough time to throw the ball, and he's got to work on some of his accuracy issues that we saw at the end of the season.
I believe Texas A&M's got one of our old guys, right? Ricky Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky Gibson, they're super excited about him. I know he got hurt early, but all indications is that was probably the big reason the defense suffered.
Yeah,
he's a nice player for sure. And those Tennessee, we're looking forward to the trip to Aggieland, I think towards the end of this upcoming season, but a brutal schedule for Tennessee as well. I don't think there's such thing as a manageable schedule in the day and age of a 9-game SEC schedule anymore. I just think it's going to be, hey, man, the days of going 12-0 are just about over. And, man, if you win 10 games or even go 9-3, you should probably be in the college football playoff going forward in this league.
It's trending in that direction, but, of course, the conference championship, we'll see how that plays out over the future. And if they go to 16, which it looks like at some point they will. So, 9-3 might become the new 10-2.
All right, very good. Really appreciate it. David, thanks for jumping on with us here this afternoon, and we'll talk again soon, my man. Thanks for jumping on.
I appreciate you guys very much. Take care.
Thanks, sir. David Nuno joining us here this afternoon on Fan Run Radio.
I never like it when he was a great guest, but he was kind of like, Tennessee is the toughest team we've played so far in basketball, and we're really going to have it together tonight. And it pumps me up a little bit, but then I've had it so many times where it's like, doesn't quite happen that way.
Who's the fellow? I think it's the South Carolina guy. It's like happened a couple of times now. He's like, I just don't see any way that we're winning this game. And
that was our guy Heath, who's with Chuck Oliver's show.
Oh yeah,
now. But I feel fine about tonight, which is maybe tempting the wrath of the whatever high top thing. Win this one, and then you're setting up for a
colossal,
huge game and
showdown on Saturday.
If you win both of these this week, you win tonight, you beat Kentucky at the arena on Saturday, and then you got an off week. And I think some of this stuff will settle down, and people will realize, it's basketball season. You're going to lose some games.
Yeah.
One loss does not equal disaster the way it does in football. And, it's time to ride that roller coaster a little.
It'll also get us to the plus side on our conference. We'll be, at that point, 4-3 in conference. Give us a one game above 500.
I think that the other thing, too, is thinking about Kentucky. I don't want to get too far ahead because tonight will be a tough game, but Kentucky lost Jalen Lowe, so they're kind of going through a version of what we're going through. We are lacking a 2-guard. They don't have a point guard right now, a legitimate one. So, and Jalen Lowe's out for the season. So Kentucky, it continues to get worse. So these are two very, very winnable games this week. We got to do it because, to your point, Bear, we come out, we'll be 4-2 at that point, or I'm sorry, 3-2 at that point.
Yeah.
And then we go to Alabama and Georgia back to back. So got some tough games coming. We gotta take care of these ones while they're at home.
Yeah, we really can't afford to lose. We really need to win both of these this week.
Yep.
All right, quick timeout. You're listening to The Drive. It's Fan Run Radio live this afternoon from Smokey Mountain Brewery in Turkey Creek. If you want to come on out and join us, some of the basketball crowd starting to filter in. We're expecting a good one here tonight as we'll be watching Texas A&M. You want to come down and join us here. Come by, say hello. 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on the show, 966-3435. You can call or text the program this afternoon. Quick timeout. Back with more right after this.
The Drive. Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
This is Bo Kregner with the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. Here in East Tennessee, home means everything. It's where we gather, celebrate, and build our future. That's why our team treats every client like family. Because your home isn't just a transaction, it's part of your story.
From first-time buyers to luxury listings, the Kregner Group delivers results that light up the scoreboard. With expert marketing, powerful local connections, and a heart for service, Bo and his team make your real estate goals a reality.
If you're thinking about buying or selling, let's talk. 865-742-1035 or visit BoKnowsHouses.com. We'd be honored to help you win at real estate. The Kregner Group at Realty Executives. Walking by faith, serving others.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination. Hey, this is Russell Smith, and whenever somebody asks me for a barbecue recommendation, I always tell them to take the quick drive up I-75 and visit Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Rickard Ridge is about a 20-minute drive up I-75 from downtown Knoxville. Just take exit 134 in Caryville, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is tucked just inside Cove Lake State Park on your left. You can't miss it. Fall off the bone Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, fresh, juicy, hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has it all. And this ain't no Yankee chain store fly-by-night operation either. Owner Mark Rickard has spent years honing his smoking skills in Memphis, and his secret recipe and techniques have been driving East Tennessee wild for years. So make time to check him out. Rickard Ridge Barbecue inside Cove Lake State Park and online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Hi, I'm Jessica Lodgen, one of the hygienists here at Knoxville Smiles. If your children are having sleep or behavioral issues, we have things we can do in modern dentistry that can help not just with their dental health, but also their overall health. Early intervention is the key for younger patients and can avoid costly procedures later in life. If you'd like to learn more, give us a call here at the office and schedule an appointment. 865-539-1776. Or just book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury. These are just some of the curveballs life can throw at you. Fortunately, East Tennessee has someone to help you work through these problems and recover. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you're in need of legal advice, call today to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. 865-801-9250. As always, the phone call is free, the advice is free, so what do you have to lose? Call 865-801-9250 or go online to jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Fan Run Radio, The Drive, coming to you live this afternoon, fanrunradio.com, your free Fan Run app. We are streaming on YouTube. A shout out to the podcast listeners. We appreciate all of you, however you choose to take in the show this afternoon, and on 105.7 FM, where available. Russell Smith, Bob Baskerville, and Bear with you here this afternoon, breaking it down. Bill in the text box says, call me naive, but my thinking in the QB thing is that we need to be careful what we wish for because we might get it. With or without a transfer, we likely don't compete for the playoffs. Get GMAC and Brandon game reps. They are never going to get better or develop without them. Ride with the kids. I mean, that might be what you're forced into doing at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just not the same as it used to be.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, the situation, I mean, he can't afford to take a chance on. I mean, he really can't. He may be forced to, but
yeah,
on starting the young guys. He's going to win this year, man.
I went back and looked at the stats this morning, and I don't have them in front of me, but I can ballpark it for you. Barklinger last year, he was something like 18 of 34 passing. Those are 34 attempts that you could have gotten. I mean, that's basically a full game that could have gone to McIntyre. And I don't know that changes much, but you've got more on film and you feel a little bit better from an experience standpoint of him. Or maybe you see that he just can't do it. He's not ready, and you've got to go out and get somebody, which I think they feel like anyway, but so far they're striking out.
Yeah. I mean, how can you – I mean, we didn't get Sorsby. Levitt was – I didn't think Levitt really ever wanted to come here. I don't know. The Levitt thing's so crazy anytime you involve Kiffin in anything.
Speaking of that, on the live chat, Bruce says, flip Landon Clark from LSU. That's the Elon kid.
Yeah, 6 foot, 186 pounds.
Kiffin signed him before Levitt. Clark would be dynamite in our offense.
Not real big. Would you rather him or – but I think he's just what? Yeah, I mean, he's a freshman. Then you get into the whole thing Russ talked about. You can bring in a guy with 3 years of eligibility. Then you may lose GMAC and Faison.
Then you got Penta Preacher Percy, who says defense wins championships. So he loves the moves so far.
Yeah, but you have to have a functioning offense.
Yeah, you do.
Well, could we get it back to what it was in 2024 where, I mean, George McIntyre is no more or less experienced than Nico was.
Nico did have the one game, but they didn't let him throw in that bowl game. Remember that?
Not much. And if he's more conscientious than Nico was, perhaps he works at it a little bit harder. But now the gamble is, okay, well, we know our defense is going to be as good as it was in 2024 again. And look, there's nowhere to go back but up for that side of the ball, and I think they will be better, but how much better? Like, I don't know that. I mean, that 2024 defense was borderline dominant at times until it wasn't. But I don't know that it's reasonable to expect that even with all these Penn State guys that we're getting, that you just immediately go right back to where you were that year on that side of the ball. If it was, by all means, roll with the kids. We'll play ball control. We'll take our foot off the gas a little bit. We'll simplify things, make it easy for the young quarterbacks. But I don't get the feeling they're that confident in the other side of the ball.
On the live chat, Will Johnson says, could have had Legend Bay play quarterback like he wanted.
I thought about that the other day. I mean, he was a high school quarterback. Do we have any other guys that were on this roster that were high school QBs? Surely one of the receivers or DBs or somebody was a high school quarterback.
So you're going to start them instead of two top 10?
No. I'm thinking like
emergency
guys, because here's the thing. Like if you get a guy with multiple years and he comes in here and McIntyre runs off to the portal, well, then you're back to two quarterbacks and you got to go find another one.
Yeah. Tony Mosier said should have gotten Calandria from UNLV, but he's committed to Nebraska now, right? I believe.
Kyle Calandra.
I don't know what his first name is, but he was the guy. He was at Virginia when Tennessee played Virginia a couple seasons ago. We were down on him when he was in the portal like a week ago, but he's been taken.
The story was like he was linked to a couple of Twitter reports to Tennessee, but that was all agent driven.
Yeah, that's right.
And that Tennessee really never had any interest.
True.
Huh. Which I remember that he came off the bench for whoever their starter was when we played them in Nashville. I believe he was a true freshman, and he gave him a little spark, but to me, he was just kind of a runaround guy, not much of an arm.
That wouldn't help us.
Landon Kelly says, go get Devin Dampier, if only. That'd be awesome.
Is he related to Eric Dampier, the former Mississippi State center?
I don't know. It's a good question.
You remember that team? Was that the 96 Final Four in the Meadowlands? The last Final Four to be played in an actual basketball arena.
Yep.
Syracuse, Kentucky, and the denim, the jean uniforms.
Those
Is it
uniforms.
Dante Jones?
Yeah, they
What
were.
if that's his kid?
That was a good Mississippi State team.
Richard Williams?
Yeah. Yeah, because Stansbury took over for him afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Succeeded him.
What happened to Richard Williams?
I don't know.
Guy took Mississippi State to a Final Four and just vanished. I'm sure he's sitting on the end of a bench somewhere these days. 865-966-3435. You want to jump on this afternoon, go ahead and take a shot. 966-3435, your phone number to get on board. Tennessee searching desperately for some quarterback help right now. Or are you just going to roll with the kids? Your thoughts, 966-3435, if you want to chime in here today on Fan Run Radio. We have any walk-ons? I mean, surely they got a walk-on.
Yeah.
Is that where we're at?
Yes.
Break down everybody's
Yes.
walk-ons?
That's where we're at. No, our walk-ons.
Our walk-ons?
Yes.
I mean, some kid from Catholic or CAK or Bearden?
I mean, what if are we just totally ruling out the prospect that Faison Brandon could come in and just be electric in spring practice?
I am, because we just never see true freshmen do that anymore. Bryce Underwood was cracked up to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. He comes on for a Michigan program that was hardly broken,
right,
and really took his lumps this year.
Wasn't Marcel Reed wasn't he the starter back half of his freshman year at A&M?
I feel like he was a redshirt freshman. I could be wrong though.
But you're right. It doesn't happen often, for sure.
It's probably the hardest, one of the harder positions to do it at. Like Malachi Toney, who's 17, and looks like he could play on Sunday already.
Boy, what a find! And he was not a highly regarded recruit. As I might be getting this totally wrong, but I feel like he was just, almost 3 or 4 star prospect, and has turned out to be
junior.
Malachi Toney? Who am I thinking of?
No, Malachi Toney, because he reclassified. He came out of high school early.
Oh, so he's really a senior in high school right now?
Basically, yeah. And I guarantee if he'd stayed in high school for another year, he probably ends up being a 4 or 5 star. You weren't going to hide that talent for that long.
Kind of the Ryan Williams effect, right? At least in Williams' first year at Bama, it wasn't quite that much this year. But
no, I think Faison is probably a better prospect than George.
Fits our offense better, it seems like.
But not right now. I don't think either of them are. Hey, again, there's a reason we're bringing in Pribula, over the weekends, because they don't think either one of these guys are ready. But they might not have any other options the way things are trending right now.
So true.
Coming up, hour number 3 of the drive. Come on out and join us here as the dinner crowd starts to shuffle in. We're getting ready for Tennessee basketball in 2 hours against Texas A&M. Come on out, watch the game, have a little dinner with us tonight. We'll tell you about a couple of things they got going on behind the scenes here at Smoky Mountain Brewery coming up in hour number 3 of the drive. It's Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive. The voluntary reaction.
Can't get enough Tennessee basketball? Join Fan Run Radio as soon as every UT game is over for Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all. The Voluntary Reaction. We'll be taking your calls on the Vols as soon as every game is over. So tune in and buckle up as we drink from the keg of glory all the way to the Final Four.
The Voluntary Reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad, and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service, 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Men all around Knoxville are celebrating the difference Men's Pro has made in their life. I'm Evan Bass, founder of the clinic. If you're struggling with ED, we want you to be able to celebrate as well. As men, we hate going to the doctor, but Men's Pro was designed to take care of men like you better. These things can get worse if untreated, but you're not alone. The medical support team at Men's Pro has your back. Today's the day to feel alive again. ED, performance issues, enhancement. We've effectively helped men jumpstart their performance comprehensively and with proven medication dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and under guidance from our medical provider, you could leave with a plan that changes your life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Tuesday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith, live this afternoon at Smoky Mountain Brewery in Turkey Creek. Oh, it's flown by.
Yeah, it has.
Today. Cannot believe it's already 5 o'clock. All right, we'll send things back to the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios, and Walker Smith standing by with today's top 5 at 5. Walker.
Thanks, Russ. At number 1, Tennessee had another busy evening and morning in the transfer portal since our last show. The Vols landed commitments from Michigan safety TJ Metcalf and Tulane edge rusher Jordan Norman. However, second-year DB and former 4-star Caleb Beasley has entered the portal after making 22 tackles and getting a scoop and score for the Vols in 2025.
I saw some speculation. Would Farouk follow Beasley into the portal now that we're signing all these safeties?
Yeah, I don't know.
If he does, then you would have to sign another safety out. Like, you got to have some depth. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they'll hold on to him.
I would like to. Yeah. I think that better coaching, see what Poindexter can do with him.
Yeah.
He's still got 2 years.
Was
he a redshirt freshman this year? He might have 3 years. So I would like to keep him, but a guy who started basically the entire season might not fancy a move back to the bench.
No.
But Jordan Norman, I mean, we talked about this is the kid from Tulane, experienced, put up numbers. You pair him with Chaz Coleman. I mean, that's 2 really good, experienced. Now, pass rushers to add to this defense. And T.J. Metcalf was honorable mention All Big Ten this past season at Michigan. So you got to think that he's going to – I mean, he ain't coming here to ride the bench. So you got DeJuan Lane and Metcalf starting at safety. You have a 3-safety look. Can Farouk maybe play the nickel position? You think that's going to be where Quay Moss plays. Interesting possibilities for Tennessee in the secondary all of a sudden.
We definitely need depth. We saw that this year, and that probably more than anything, our lack of depth in the secondary and having to start those guys was as big a reason that the season tanked as, anything else. I mean, it definitely cost us the Georgia game, not having Gibson and McCoy. There's one right there. How many more games do you think that cost us?
Kicker kind of hurt as well.
Yeah.
At number 2, the number 24 Basketballs have another big game tonight against Texas A&M as Tennessee looks to hold serve in Thompson Bowling Arena. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. and is showing on the SEC network. And Tennessee is a 10.5-point favorite.
10.5, huh?
Don't love that spread.
Like a lot.
Actually, I'm looking at.
It was like 9.5 against Texas last week.
It's down to 9.5 on at least on one service. But it just dropped.
Don't we think
Walker was right with 10.5 just moved?
Who do you think's better? I mean, Texas just won at Alabama.
Big win.
They're both first-year coaches, so it's I think both those teams are going to go up and down and surprise you, good and bad, different nights.
Miller spent more time coaching at a high level than Bucky, but I think they're similar teams. They play each other, actually, I think, next week. A&M and Texas.
At number 3, Nate Ament's NBA draft stock has dropped over the first half of his freshman season with Tennessee basketball, but the former 5-star prospect is still expected to be a top 10 pick this summer. ESPN on Tuesday updated its NBA mock draft and projected Ament to be the number 7th overall pick to the Charlotte Hornets. He is averaging 14.9 points a game through 16 games with 6 boards and 2.5 assists.
Call me crazy, guys, but if I'm, slated to get picked by the Charlotte Hornets, I mean, I don't know. The money's so ridiculous in the NBA.
Well, you can't. I mean, you got the lottery, so you can't take into account where it's not like football. Where it's like, I might go to the Jets. Where I don't even know that they factor that in, but you don't factor it in at all in basketball. I mean, if he's projected as a top 10 pick, he's gone. Yeah, bottom line. But I'm no NBA expert. I realize they draft on potential and all this stuff, and I like Nate. Would love to have him for a second season, but tell me what I'm missing. He's 6'10". He's not a particularly good ball handler, not a particularly good shooter. He can't get to the rim. I don't know. Maybe it's just he's going to be be able to do all those things in time, but you keep waiting for him to get better at any one of those things this year, and it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, there's some player development guys out there, I guarantee you, that feel they can mold him into something more special. Again, I'll use the example that I always use. Now, this is a much more loaded class coming into this draft, but this guy's been playing in the NBA. He's going into like his 5th or 6th season. Patrick Williams with the Chicago Bulls. He was drafted number 8 overall, and he was a one-and-done from Florida State, and the kid averaged 8 points a game. So, I mean, it's, you got Nate averaging 15 a game. I'm not saying that he's NBA
really
ready. Yeah.
Wow.
I do think, similar to what Shump said earlier, I think this game tonight is a real interesting opportunity for him because these guys are not big and physical. They're not. It's going to be more open court, and this is what supposedly is where he can flourish. Let's see if there's some reality to that because we sure do need it.
What's he going to do when he hits the league? I mean, those guys are all...
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. They'll develop him. That's their belief, at least. Whether they will or not, I don't know, but that's always the belief.
At number 4, The NFL divisional round is set after the Texans beat the Steelers last night. On Saturday, the Bills will play the Broncos, and the 49ers will match up against the Seahawks for the third time this season. And on Sunday, the Texans play at the Patriots, and the Rams travel to Chicago to take on the Bears.
I'll tell you what, I don't know who does the scheduling for the NFL. I guarantee, I get it. The Bears and the Rams, two big TV markets. That's a great matchup. But the 49ers, man, they have to go now play the Seahawks, who were on a bye. And the 49ers, they played Sunday into the evening. They play again on Saturday.
Yeah, they screwed them.
Yeah, I just think that's
tough, man.
Yeah.
Plus they're all
and that's
beat all
the
hell.
That's the game with the biggest point spread right now.
Yeah.
Of the 4 games, the Seahawks are 7.5-point favorites. So, yeah, if I were Shanahan, I'd be writing a strongly worded letter to the commissioner today.
Yeah, those extra days matter, man.
For sure.
And at number 5, a Waymo passenger in the United States was forced to abandon a self-driving vehicle after it unexpectedly came to a halt on light rail tracks with an oncoming train in the distance.
Oh, no.
The incident occurred in Phoenix on Wednesday morning with the automated vehicle suddenly stopped while crossing the light rail path. Video captured by a bystander shows the passengers quickly exiting the vehicle after spotting an approaching light rail train. On the footage, the car appears to struggle with its positioning, attempting to move forward along the tracks before briefly reversing. The train is then seen stopping at a station just a few meters ahead of the vehicle.
Have you? That's probably the thing that freaked me out the most in California when I landed the first time.
Seeing the Waymos?
Yeah, seeing the Waymos, because you look over and you realize there's nobody in this car.
They're so cool.
I wouldn't call
Have
it
any
cool.
of you guys been in one?
Oh, yeah. We did it all the time my senior year. It's the best. You don't have to tip a driver. They don't go on the interstate if you're not too far. It's super easy.
You can stop on the railroad tracks. I've seen video of one driving.
You get on a
there was
plane?
a police standoff.
How did you get to L.A. when you saw those?
I got on a plane, but
Did
I had
you
this
have
thing
any-
called a pilot.
You didn't have any control over it?
Yeah, but a pilot, an actual human being, was flying the plane.
I feel like computers are probably safer.
So they're not.
It is an interesting concept. I mean, I watched a whole 60 Minutes piece on the Waymo stuff, and they said that part of what their theory was take the emotion out of it. Because think of all the bad decisions that are made by people and the hotheads that are driving, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
They're still
Not
out there.
pointing any fingers on this show.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're throwing barbs at Bob again. I'd like to make him feel welcome. Nah, I don't know. It's give me Uber.
Harder to flip off the Waymo.
It's true.
They're
You
just
don't
wild.
gotta talk to a driver. If there's
Are they all
there's-
Jaguars in Arizona? That was the
Yeah.
other thing.
Yeah, they're all Jaguars. They're all the same kind of car.
So the people in the Waymo, they get out. Obviously, you can open up the door and get off if you're stuck on a train track.
Yeah, you can open the door. Can't sit in the driver's seat though.
Can you sit in the passenger seat up front?
I think you can. You can definitely do that, but you cannot sit in the driver's seat.
God, that'd be weird.
Is there a steering wheel?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. I assume they don't come
Gas
without them.
pedal and stuff?
I've never
It's
been in.
It's all there.
It's got all those weird things all over it too, like
Yeah, the cameras and
radars.
sensors.
Yeah.
Don't knock it till you try it. They're very good.
I'm
Very
just the video where it just pulled up in the middle of a police standoff, like
Yeah,
an
that
armed
was-
standoff. That one was pretty.
There are a couple of kinks they've yet to work out.
Yeah,
they're working
the
on it.
cops, bad guys are like, "What the hell's going on here? Trying to have a standoff."
All right, thank you, Walker. That is the top 5 at 5. It's brought to you by Smokey Mountain Brewery here in Turkey Creek, where we're doing the thing live this afternoon. Bear, have you made any progress in your dinner decision? You said it was causing you a lot of angst and worry, even more than the quarterback search at the beginning of the show today?
Well, I've been looking up. I've been looking at the menu. My problem is I want an appetizer. And then I can't decide between meatball grinder sandwich looks awfully good.
You want to go in on some of these brewery nachos as an appetizer?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't like to share appetizers, do you?
I don't like to share, period. I'm not a very good sharer.
Sharing needs to go on the list of awesome things Bear hates.
I don't hate it. I'm just never.
You just don't like it, and you don't want to do it.
I've never been big on sharing food. It's more of a germaphobe kind of thing. I don't know.
The live chat, Landon Kelly says, he was the one saying, go get Devin Dampier. He now says, damn, Dampier tweeted that he is going back to Utah. My hopes and dreams are shattered. Thanks, Bear. So
why
I don't know.
Mad at me?
I don't know, but that's.
I don't know. Is that Eric Dampier's kid? That's all I said.
I don't think you said that.
I actually said that.
You said brother.
I just opined whether or not they were related, but nevertheless, not to get bogged down in the details here this afternoon. Open up the phone lines. We'll go open lines the rest of the way. If you want to jump in, take a shot. 865-966-3435 is your number to get up with us here this afternoon. 966-3435. Somebody in the text box wants to know if I'm on board with Mike Tomlin, who steps down today as coach of the Steelers, to coach my Titans. I wouldn't dismiss it out of hand, but the problem is he's stepping down. So technically the Steelers still own the rights to his services. And so it would be a Sean Payton situation where you would have to give them something in exchange, presumably draft picks. And I think Mike Tomlin is a fine coach. I'm not giving up draft picks to get him. That's just me.
No.
Have you seen Shumpert's posts on social media where every coach that gets fired or leaves, he then, it's kind of Nagy-esque, he'll say in all caps, like, Mike Tomlin, welcome to Nashville, ! Because Shump's a big Titans fan, and he pretty much wants any of these coaches that are out there right now, at least the Stefanski, Harbaugh, Tomlin trio.
I'm going crazy. I'm still bring me. You can't get John Harbaugh. He's got a ring. The guy from the Cowboys and Packers,
McCarthy. Yeah, he has said that about McCarthy too. So he must pass muster with Shumpert.
Yeah, and that guy just lives in the playoffs.
Vanderbilt head coach Clark Lee is your 2026 AFCA president. Does he not look like a Bond villain?
A little bit.
Like, I know they're making him smile out there, but that's not the way he looks on a football field.
I'm telling you, he looks like one of those old Soviet Politburo.
There you go. Yeah.
One of those guys.
We will ask the questions. Thank you. You should be wearing a field marshal uniform or something. So that's good. The Vanderbilt coach is in charge of the Coaches Association. So these guys want to change
the red shirt rule.
The red shirt rule from 4 games to 9 games. You can play up to 9 games. Like, that's not a red shirt. I'm sorry. You've played a season at that point.
Yeah.
And missed a few games due to injury. But that's what they want to do. And then you've got the Big Ten. Have you heard about the Big Ten?
Oh, yeah.
Is trying to strong arm Sankey into
They'll agree to 16.
They'll go to 16 for 2 years if they go to 24 after that. The college football playoff. And Sankey's like, no.
We're not going to 24.
They're going to 24, aren't they?
I don't think so. They're outside of the Big Ten. I don't think
they
there's
shouldn't,
a whole lot of stomach for it or a whole lot of demand for it.
I'm fine with 16. I don't think there's absolutely not a need for any more than that, though. 16 would make it pretty symmetrical, pretty clean.
And just straight seat it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would do that too, but they'll keep trying to expand it further, which I think is nonsense.
Just trying to get those guaranteed spots.
I'd frankly be okay if they kept it at 12 too, honestly.
I think a lot of people are. I think this works for a lot of people.
I think they need to correct Group of five's got to go, man.
Well, there's that, and I also think the rematch thing is not great because we had a bunch of those. Man, Ole Miss, their first 2 games were rematches.
Yeah,
against Tulane and Georgia.
Bit Georgia.
Well,
Tennessee basketball tonight coming up here in about an hour and a half against Texas A&M. Tune in for Voluntary Reaction. John Reed and friends will have that for you. Roughly 9 p.m. start for that tonight. So be sure to tune in for our award-winning post-game show tonight as soon as it's over, the Voluntary Reaction here on Fan Run Radio. Quick timeout. You're listening to The Drive. Call or text the show today, 865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on board. Back with more Fan Run Radio right after this.
The Drive.
The flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem their problem, no matter which federal agency you work for. Don't face federal employment issues alone. Remember, remain silent, request counsel, call Griffin Law, 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Fan Run Radio. It's The Drive. Tuesday afternoon edition of the show, live today at Smokey Mountain Brewery out here in Turkey Creek. Russell Bear and Bob getting ready for dinner. Get off here, have a cold Mountain Light, and eat a bite before Tennessee tips off against Texas A&M. I got a new name in the portal for you. This from Austin Price. I believe it's Pierce Sperling III. No, that's not the guy who's going to be doing your taxes this year. That is a tight end transfer from Georgia. News is starting to filter out that maybe Jack Van Dorselaar, the true freshman from Texas, is headed to the portal, wanting to get back closer to home.
Well.
Tight end news not being met with a lot of enthusiasm from the panel this afternoon.
You're not telling me that Ethan Davis is transferring out. So
no, but you need a backup. We've always played multiple tight ends, and Ethan Davis is a guy who, quite frankly, has been injury prone.
Yeah,
since he's been here. Now you do have Deshaun Brame. Like, that's my immediate thought is, okay, this opens up things for Brame. He got in late last year. He's a little bit undersized. He should be the backup tight end to Ethan Davis and the guy that takes on that label of burgeoning star. And you got Cole Harrison behind him, who redshirt. I feel like we did see him in a game or two early in just mop-up time. So maybe he's a prospect there. But I believe that's it as far as scholarship tight ends. So you would presumably want a fourth just for depth purposes in case everything goes wrong. You don't want to be out there without a tight end.
I wonder where Van Dorselaar?
Yes,
is going to end up.
He's from Texas. I'd imagine one of those schools: TCU, Longhorns, Aggies, SMU.
Speaking of Texas, I don't know if you saw this. I don't know the dollar amount, but did you see Chip and Joanna Gaines have donated a large financial gift to Baylor baseball? Baseball.
Was he a baseball player?
Maybe he was. I don't know.
Man, I cannot. Whenever I think of the Texas schools in baseball, I just think of how brutally and oppressively hot it is down there. And I remember, I stopped through Baylor, through Waco, just to go see that. McLean Stadium is beautiful. It's a beautiful campus.
It's like right on a river, right?
Yeah, but I was there in June or July. Awful. Just terrible. Not a place you want to be. I can't imagine playing baseball at Baylor. That sounds like a tough gig, but I guess those boys would be used to it.
He played a year at Baylor as a baseball player.
Okay.
That tracks now.
Landon Kelly, who's keeping us posted on quarterbacks' comings and goings. He says Walker Howard just entered the portal. Quarterback for Louisiana.
Ooh la la, Lafayette.
Yep.
Raging Cajuns.
Yep.
Okay.
6 foot 190. Don't know anything about him.
Okay. Is that our guy? Did we walk him in? Come here, young man. I'm going to walk you into the portal now. Watch your step.
Well, wait a second. I mean, they're saying that he signed with LSU, played for Ole Miss. One of these guys.
He's just been everywhere.
Yeah.
So where is he?
Well, he's in the portal now.
Yeah. Sounds like he spends a lot of time in the portal.
Yeah, no kidding.
Congratulations to Juwan Jennings, the dog. Played 57 offensive snaps on Sunday in the 49ers playoff win in Philadelphia, unlocking his final $600,000 bonus incentive, bringing him to $4.33 million in total incentives on the season. On the season, fantastic turnaround after a rough start for him with a flurry of injuries at the beginning of the year and potentially in line for a big extension this offseason. I can't imagine the 49ers would let him walk.
I don't think so. They already cut ties with Ayuk, so Pearsall's still not a safe bet. He seems to get injured a lot.
Oh,
Or
injured,
shot.
I mean, got shot in the chest.
Well, yeah, robbed. But, I mean, these are more like actual football injuries, not bullet casings.
No, that only happens in the last Boy Scout. You get shot on the field playing the game. Look it up, kids.
So I'm just reading about this Walker Howard guy. He signed with LSU, then went to Ole Miss. Then now he's at Louisiana. Now he's back in the portal. He never played at LSU or Ole Miss.
No, thanks.
And then Landon says he's cheeks. So
I've
Thanks,
noticed
Landon.
it's my first day really looking at the live chat. those fellas get a little negative from time to time.
A little bit.
They're spicy.
It's okay. We let them keep it real. I like it.
Did you guys see that graphic going around of where was Jennings ranked on the quarterback list? Like he was ahead of Burrow.
He was number 1.
No, he was. Yeah, I thought he was like 4.
Yeah, or maybe that was it. He was what I saw. He was at the top of the list, but I think that was a cutout picture.
Yeah.
So
he was in front of.
He was in front of Burrow.
He's in front of Lamar.
Yep.
Purdy.
Oh yeah. Nobody knew
Was he in
Purdy
that? Was he in that class?
I don't know. I think Purdy's actually younger than Jawan.
He was in front of several names that are in the NFL now.
Yeah.
Was Josh Allen in that class?
Yeah. I think he's older.
What year was that?
I have been like 16 or 17, because he was part of the crossover from Butch to. I mean, well, obviously he caught the Dobbs nail boot in 2016. So I mean, it might be 14 or 15. No, I don't think that was his true freshman year. I would say it was his second year, maybe.
I mean, kudos to the 49ers who saw what we saw, because I just always remember we were saying that guy's just a football player.
Yeah.
That's all he is, man. There's, and we mean that in the best way. I mean, there's some of that I think happened, although I think he's going to not be long for the NFL game because he's so injury. I wouldn't say injury prone, but open to injury is Cam Scatteraboo. He's another one. He's just a football player.
Yeah, I was thinking Shamir DK for the Titans.
Yeah.
I feel like has some of that to him as well.
Yep.
So he was rated higher than the 3 off the batter: Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Sam Darnold.
Darnold, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. 2014.
Yeah.
2014 class.
I'm sorry, what's that?
It was a 2014.
Let's get a phone call. Jamie, you're on the drive. It's Fan Run Radio. Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, what a glorious day, guys.
It's Liberation Day for Jamie. I mean, he's just now coming to.
Woo, man, it took long enough, didn't it? My goodness. Anybody want to know who I want for my next Pittsburgh Steelers head coach?
I'm going to imagine John Harbaugh.
No, I'll take one, Kirk Cignetti.
Yeah, there's a lot of that would be going home for him, right?
Oh, wow.
Oh, is he from Pittsburgh, Bob?
Yeah, he's from that area, as I understand it.
Poor Indiana. Were to happen. They were just trying on the seat on the throne, trying on the crown, getting ready to be the new rulers of college football, and all of a sudden their boy goes to the NFL. It'd be kind of funny.
I mean, if we can't keep Tony Vitello, then they don't get to keep Kurt Cignetti. It's only fair. I mean, we had no business, on the baseball scene, so they don't have no business on the football scene. So,
and to your point, I don't think some of these other NFL jobs would resonate with Cignetti at all, but Pittsburgh might get his attention. Like I said, that's where he's from, and that's a no nonsense franchise. I'm intrigued by that. That would be awesome.
Man, he certainly is the only guy that I've heard the name that could come into Pittsburgh and do something without a quarterback. I mean, he certainly doesn't need 5 stars to blow everybody else out in college. So
you got Gruden out there waiting, Jamie. Stars of a line. He's available.
Yeah, he's not a winner.
Not a winner. Does he not have a super? Did he not win a Super Bowl with Brad Johnson?
Yeah, that was more the exception than the norm, if I'm not mistaken.
Did they not carve up defenses with Rich Gannon? Did he not lead the NFL in total yardage with Ty Detmer? I did some Gruden research last night, by the way. You can't tell.
Did
you? Yeah.
What was
not act like he doesn't have a proven track record now. Don't turn your nose up like you're too good for John Gruden, Jamie. That's embarrassing.
Oh, I'm giving you my wish list. He ain't on it. I mean, that's not saying that if he doesn't become a Steelers head coach, I won't.
Now,
Tony B would say
over 20 years ago, but it happened.
Well, I know this ain't the Pittsburgh sports talk show, so I'm going to move on to Tennessee.
Hey.
So, yeah, no problem. Hey, here's where I sit on this quarterback portal and search. Hey, look, we got Josh Heupel. What are we doing signing 4- and 5-star quarterbacks if they're not ready in year 2? That starts me down my road to an answer. I mean, look, what do we do? And I'm like you, Russ. I would prefer somebody who's done it. In this new era of college football that we find ourselves in, I would prefer somebody that's done it. But if get McIntyre ready to play. What do we sign him for?
It's a fair.
How long do you need?
It's a fair criticism, Jamie. And it's one thing if you're. I understand that Faison might not be ready. He's a true freshman. He's finishing up high school. I get that. But what have you been doing with George McIntyre for the past year? Like, he was an early enrollee, right? He's been on campus for a year. He went through spring practice. He went through fall camp. You let Merklinger throw it 34 times this season in games. What have you been doing? Like, you knew that Merklinger wasn't the guy. You knew there was no world in which Jake Merklinger was going to be your starter in 2026. So what were you doing with the kid who might be?
Well, you're starting to sound like me, Russ. I was like you. I didn't expect, towards the end of the season, and you were talking about how there's a good chance Merklinger enters the portal, and then all of a sudden, you see the first quarterback off the bench getting reps is Merklinger. Well, why? I wish somebody would ask Heupel that.
He won't answer.
Curiosity. Well, that's I don't expect him to answer it either, Bear. I just wanted to see him, be asked the question though.
He wants the question on the record.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm like, dude, look, if you're the quarterback guy and you've got a 5-star, high 4-star McIntyre sent over there with a year in your system under your belt. I mean, we certainly didn't have any problems playing Nico in year 2. I mean, let's go, man. Let's earn this money. But outside of that, man, I give him an A in the portal so far. Outside of quarterback, I mean, if you got to bring in quarterback into the mix and in the hunt, I'll give him a B. But other than that, I'm right now. You were bringing it up yesterday, Russ and Bob and Barry. Y'all were talking about how it was Barry. Barry, you said he's got a guy at every spot on the D line, linebacker, and DB, and that's I like the movement on the defense. That's what it's going to take to win in this league. So let's get McIntyre ready to play. And tell Faison, hey, man, welcome to UT. You're the backup. Let's go. And let's play football.
Yeah. Well, that might be where they're at just out of necessity because they didn't get anybody else. But, huge opportunity for George McIntyre. What happens if that dude walks in there and just the light turns on and he goes?
Dude, George,
yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Faison probably goes.
Yeah, he leaves. Yeah,
he probably goes to the portal. Then you're going to have to find. How are you going to find a backup quarterback going forward after that? If you've got a redshirt freshman who balls out in 2026. I mean, the college football is so messed up right now,
isn't it? But I'm gonna get out of the way. But you hit it right on the head. If McIntyre comes in and balls out, of course Faison's leaving. But at that point, what do we need him for? If you've got, if we got GMAC in as a freshman and he's balling out, well, that's your guy. We don't need. Well,
you need him for.
We don't need you.
GMAC is still like 200 pounds soaking wet. Bears are worried that he's broken in half by a stiff breeze. Got to have some depth.
Well, at that point, you got to say, I got to trust what. Surely Heupel knew this going in and had a plan. I mean, you didn't sign a guy that you didn't think could play, did you? Well, it's time to see if he can play.
Jamie, and congratulations. I know this is a special day for you.
Long time coming.
From the Captain Glory today.
Yeah, his long nightmares ended.
It's Liberation Day.
And let me add, Jamie, I did some research and I confirmed it. Signetti, born in Pittsburgh, PA.
Wow.
I had no idea, Bob. Well, it's destiny then.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all hang in there.
Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate the phone call.
Let's get that guy out of Indiana.
I love the way these listeners think, too. They were saying, Landon Kelly, again, the quarterback whisperer. He said Signetti going to Pittsburgh would be great. Then we could sneak in and go get Josh Hoover.
Ooh.
There'd be a full-blown gold rush on that roster.
Let's go.
Just the guys they brought in this cycle. Hey, I looked up that class. That class was wild, man. You know we signed 3 of the top 17 quarterbacks that year?
Tennessee did?
Yep.
Oh, because you got Juwan, Garantano?
No.
Oh, Dormady.
Yeah, he was ranked ahead of Joe Burrow.
So Dormady, Juwan.
You're never going to get it. I'll give you a hint.
It's not Sharon Jones.
Yes, it is. Wow, what a pull, Russ.
Because that's what I'd seen that. Sharon Jones.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that dude?
Out of Rancho Verde, Moreno Valley, California. I don't know. I mean, Sharon Jones is ranked ahead of Lamar Jackson, who came in right behind him. Brett Rippon, Kyle Shermer.
Which goes to show these rankings.
They don't mean anything.
About worthless.
Yeah, because number 1 was Jarrett Stidham.
He played. I mean, he played. He was in the NFL for a while. He was with the Patriots, right?
Yeah, Josh Rosen.
Raiders and Patriots both.
He was a little bit of a journeyman.
Blake Barnett. Remember him from Bama? Kyler Murray. He's in the NFL. Brandon Wimbush, Ricky Town. Went to SC, Brady White, Travis Johnson, and then Juwan.
Now, I know you guys are not big NBA guys, but you can't avoid it here because the TV game is so strong at Smoky Mountain Brewery. We're just looking at. There's news out that Anthony Davis is going to miss several months.
So he's quite likely done for the season.
Yeah, after likely surgery on his left hand. I mean, this guy is one of the potentially greatest players that's never really materialized, in my opinion. I mean, he just can't.
He's constantly hurt.
Constantly hurt.
You want a fun Anthony Davis fact I read earlier this week? He was the MVP of the national championship game. Was it 2012 against?
Yeah.
Who did they play? Kansas that year?
Kansas, yeah.
What do you think he shot from the field? Keep in mind, he was MVP of the game, most valuable player.
He would, I don't know specifically, but it would have to be in the range like he shot 5 of 6 from the field or something like that.
He was 1 of 10.
Okay. Well, because all I remember about him in college was how much he affected the game defensively.
Yeah. Well, that was it. He had 6 blocks,
yeah.
I think 16 rebounds, and I think 5 or 6 assists.
Yeah.
He was the MVP of the game and only made 1 of 10 field goal attempts.
Yeah. That's been one of the biggest transformations when he's been healthy, how much of an offensive threat he turned into in the NBA. I never saw that coming. But might not matter, man. This guy, he just cannot.
The all-time great rim protectors in the history of the game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, never really was able to string it together.
The monobrow.
Maybe that was it, if he just plucked that brow.
I thought he started.
Do you remember the drive that we had a bet? I was so mad when Kentucky won. I just did not like them, obviously, but Calipari, too, just did not want to see him get that validation. And the bet I lost with Terry Fair was I had to do the show. These were in the infancy days of the webcam at the unibrow.
You had to wear a unibrow?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you do it?
A little magic marker gave me a unibrow. I looked hideous. Even more so than normal. It was bad, man.
Well, you got dark eyebrows. Imagine it make you look like some kind of.
Well, I mean, I would have the unibrow. You got to pluck that thing. Pair of tweezers. Do you guys have to pluck, or is that just me?
I don't have to pluck the whole thing. I just with a razor.
Yeah. That's what
oh, really?
Yeah, I do.
I'd be afraid that I'd accidentally clip the brows. I'm a plucker.
Seems like that hurts.
Walker, are you a trimmer or a plucker?
Trimmer.
Probably a good time to go ahead and take the last break of the show. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Coming up, the shocking conclusion of the drive. A special mystery guest when we continue next. It's Fan Run Radio. Back to wrap things up after this.
The Drive. Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
What if I told you you could pay off your home in an average of 7 years without making more money or spending a dime less, simply by changing how your mortgage is structured? Sounds impossible? Let me show you how it works. I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, helping families across the U.S. save thousands in interest and own their home years sooner. Don't believe me? Give me a call at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com to learn more. NMLS number 332941.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury. These are just some of the curveballs life can throw at you. Fortunately, East Tennessee has someone to help you work through these problems and recover. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you're in need of legal advice, call today to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. 865-801-9250. As always, the phone call is free, the advice is free, so what do you have to lose? Call 865-801-9250 or go online to jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on.
Are you tired of spending hours on laundry and ironing? Let Crown Cleaners handle your dry cleaning so you can handle your business. Our expert team can take care of your clothes, removing stains and wrinkles like they were never there. Whether it's your best suit or everyday attire, we handle it all at Crown Cleaners. Say goodbye to laundry stress and hello to extra free time. Crown Cleaners, Big Orange Country's imperial dry cleaning service since the 1960s. Online at crowncleaners.com.
Wrapping up on a Tuesday afternoon edition of the show. Russell, Bob, and Bear back with you, and a special guest this afternoon for the final segment. Longtime listeners of the show know him well. Young Marcus Young, how you doing?
Keep finding myself just sitting right between you two, like the old days.
You can't get away from us.
I can't escape.
You thought you were free.
Never.
You'll be back. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
I'm doing pretty good. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, you're looking good.
I was immediately walking in, was threatened by DR Vol. One of the servers came up to me and said someone was wanting to fight me in the parking lot.
I mean, you bring that out in people,
yes.
Marcus.
Well,
you're an agitator.
Apparently. If you ask Bear, I am.
Apparently. If you ask anybody, dude. McClure, any of the old guys from the station.
In my defense.
I mean, you, yeah, I mean, there, it doesn't take much to get under Bear's skin. And there are lots of people that, through the years have irritated him more than others. But, I mean,
I'm at the top.
5. Yeah, you're in the top 5 of that list.
Yeah. And, well, listen.
I'm trying to think who number 1 would be.
As journalists, I just want to say, you guys.
Well, it was Trey for the longest time.
It was. Well, I think it was just because me and Trey just had a lot of information that you just couldn't keep up with, I think.
No, it's more your spectrum-like tendencies that just didn't mix with mine.
Wow. You're going in.
We need some positivity, Bear. We have reporters going in and letting coaches know that they lost and it's okay. You need to get some positivity into this.
You like that?
Yeah.
That gal. People got all up in their feelings about that on the social media.
I don't even remember who she's the one.
On what?
Liam Cohen after they lost to the Bills.
Keep your head up, Coach.
Yeah, keep your head up. Positivity.
Are you covering the team or are you his cheerleader?
The Big J journalists were not amused.
Can you imagine Griff was probably horrified.
No cheering in the press box.
No. I don't know. I'm always polite. Like, I mean, whenever I'm getting any of the coaches on the phone, something good or bad, like, tough break. Still,
that's very amateur, so that you should be gruff and
congratulate.
It's nice that you treat the guests that we have to beg to come on to the show with respect and courtesy that you don't like the regular callers. They call every day.
Like what? Like what are you talking about? I don't
like just how you're rude to people when they call into the show.
I'm not rude.
You literally don't talk to them. What's your name? And then there's nothing. And then then you just hit.
I say, drive. What's your name? And I modeled it after the great Briny boy Brian Hartman. That's how he answers the phone over there at Tony's place.
I would say like Titans Bill or someone along those natures would argue that you're not as nice to them sometimes.
Bill's crazy.
You're not a nice person. So, Marcus, good to see you. Tell us a little bit about the Smoky Mountain Brewery. I know they came in with a big NIL offer and stole you away a year or so ago. You've got those guys straightened out pretty good here, it looks like. We're getting ready for some
they
basketball tonight.
They came in during the night like Lane Kiffin did, trying to steal Sam Levitt out from under you guys, and it worked. We obviously have some fun tonight. We have a dual action of the Tennessee game. Every TV is going to be on Tennessee basketball. But then also we have what we call Singo. So
I love
music
Singo.
bingo. I love it. It's so much fun. That will start about 7 o'clock as well. So it's going to be dual action of opportunity to listen to some good music, chance to win some gift cards for not only Smoky Mountain Brewery, but a Copper Cellar family as a whole.
Copper cards.
Yeah, so if you're a fan of Chesapeake's or Corner 16, if you win a gift card, you can use it at one of those locations. We also have with Tuesday from 4 to 9 is when we have our happy hour, both in the lounge, bar, and patio. So we have opportunities to get some good drinking in when you're watching Tennessee, hopefully after we're tapping the keg of glory instead of despair.
Along those lines, I've been told the Winter Warmer Ale is the way to go tonight.
One of my favorites. That one's a really good one. If you want to go, that's one of our specialties during this season. We also have one of our classic mainstays. If you're a fan of Red Ale, Cherokee is the way to go. I'm a big fan of that one.
I think DR Vol put away like 3 of those.
Yeah.
He was only here for an hour.
I know, they're good.
He's pounding.
If you're comparison, I'll give you one of our good ones too is a Hellas, which is
I love the Hellas.
Gives me Blue Moon feels a little bit.
So good.
Very, very good.
Let me ask you this, since the brewery is here.
Yes.
Do you all have those crazy delicious muffins?
We don't.
Like they do with
I know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about. No, I need to talk to our brewers and get that fixed.
Yeah.
Because that sounds pretty
amazing. See if you can do that for us next time. I've also been told the pizza packs to go.
Yes.
So this weekend is one of everybody's favorite weekends on the sports calendar. It's divisional playoff weekend. You got 2 huge NFL games, both Saturday and Sunday. Mm-hmm. And, of course, you can bring your growlers in here, get it full of Cherokee Red or Mountain Light, whatever you want, the Winter Warmer. But pizza packs to go. Of course, Smoky Mountain Brewery's world-famous pizza, renowned in these parts for its deliciousness. And you can get multi-pizza packs to go for football this weekend?
Yeah, we have the feed pack that we do. So there's a feed 6, feed 8 that includes pizza and wings. So you're not just getting just pizza. There's definitely some good options
Thunder
for
Road
you.
Sauce on there.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Thunder Road sauce. I'm with you on that one. But I'll even throw something else out there. So the pizzas, it's you can add extra toppings. There's an extra charge, but it's usually I believe it's 1 topping pizza for that pack deal. But I'll throw something out at you. The pizza of the month right now is our chicken Parmesan pizza.
Have you had it yet?
Oh, it's delicious. I'm a big fan.
I'm very intrigued by that.
It's one of our specialties.
I offered to share one with him.
Sharing
on the list of awesome things Bear hates.
Well, I knew that.
I don't hate it.
He just doesn't want to do it anymore. And he gets really upset if you suggest it.
I'm just saying it's kind of gross.
I need you to send me a copy of this list so I can start going over it because people don't believe me when I talk about this. That
it's gotten way too bloated. Some things have come off.
I think everything I put on there was legitimate.
You didn't.
Kind of trailed off there, buddy.
I'm trying to be polite. We've only got a couple minutes left.
It's
he's
positive
being
Tuesday.
a troll.
Positive Tuesday.
All right, Marcus, good to see you.
I'll throw some positivity
Smoky
your way.
Mountain Brewery, the place to be. We're going to be watching Tennessee basketball here in a little bit. Come on by if you're in Turkey Creek, West Knoxville. We'd love to see you here this afternoon. Titans.
Oh, yeah.
Interviewing everybody.
Everyone under the sun.
For a head coach. Do you have a preferred candidate or two that you would like to see coach our Titans?
Absolutely. Number one has to be Harbaugh.
Okay.
I think he is the absolute best candidate out there, obviously, which apparently, according to the news, he does have serious interest in the Titans, the Giants, and the Falcons, from my sources that I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would love to get him, but I don't think we're going to get him, unfortunately. But if there's a second choice for me, people think I'm crazy. I want Mike McCarthy. I want a head coach that can build a culture, because one of the many, many things that we're missing right now is a culture. And the Titans don't have that. Mike McCarthy can build that. They say he loses in the playoffs. Well, guess what? It's been a hot minute since we've been in the playoffs. I think he can at least get us there, build a bridge to whatever we need to do next. I think he could get us back on track, which is what we need right now.
I'm fine with both of those, obviously. I mean, I don't know that there's a perfect candidate out there like there sometimes is in these college coaching searches. Even Harbaugh, to me, it's like, okay, he's 62. Like, how much is that fire burning brightly? Maybe it is.
Yeah, he is a Harbaugh.
He is a Harbaugh.
In which case, then, yeah, go ahead and sign him up. McCarthy, kind of the same thing.
I'll tell you who I don't want. And
Nagy.
I will pull a bear. I will become a nomad in the NFL if we hire Matt Nagy.
If Matt Nagy is the floor of this search, I can live with that.
That's a deep floor.
Hopefully we don't have to go to the floor, but I mean, I would probably look hard at Stefanski and maybe even some of these coordinators before you go the Matt Nagy route.
Robert Saleh is another guy I would look at too.
Y'all don't happen. Bear asked you about the Muffins.
Yes, I don't have muffins.
Y'all don't happen to have a quarterback back there that can play for the Vols this year, do you?
Well, I was going to tell you, I think Tennessee needs to throw some money at. Did you watch that Montana State championship game? Anyone
a lot of people have thrown his name out. There's a bunch of FCS guys.
That guy from Montana State, I cannot remember his name for the life of me. He's a guy that I would throw tons of money at, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't really have to.
Well, that's the thing. It would feel like tons of money to him. That's all that matters to us. So it's not $6 million to Levitt. So.
No, we'll give you $500K.
Yeah.
Pete Nakos just moments ago. Tennessee linebacker Edwin Spillman has re-signed a deal to return to Knoxville in 2026. This is college football in 2026. You announce when a guy re-signs. He's not going into the portal. He's staying with you for another year.
Bishop re-signed and
yes,
did a new deal.
But they aren't employees, boys. They aren't employees.
Well, let's also look at the fact that we're becoming Penn State of the South with that defense. I'm very excited about that.
The Nittany Vols defense
they're recruiting each other, Russell. This is what I like. That's called teamwork.
Well, you've got guys who know the deal.
I'm a big Jim Knowles fan. I've been doing a lot of research on this man. I hope you know that. So if you ever need to reach out for any information, I can give you a couple nitbits.
You like it?
I like him a lot.
Think he's going to do good?
I think
nowhere to go but up with this defense, man.
I think he's a special guy. Plus, you bring it. They talk about how hard.
Guy.
They talk about how hard. It kind of looks like Bear. Have you noticed that?
That has been Derek Dooley noted.
Yeah.
He looks just like Bear.
He's a handsome SOB, I'll tell you that.
We're calling him Fake Bear. And he's fake Jim Knowles.
That makes sense.
Jim Knowles. You being all in on him kind of makes me feel, I can't do that. Can't just be out on the guy just because you like him.
I'm
usually all it takes.
He
was right about Levis.
I was right about Levis.
You weren't. Not. We had to. It's not that you weren't right.
We got to go.
Understood it.
We got to go. Marcus, good to see you, man. Big thanks to Walker Smith, yeoman's work in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Walker, thank you. Voluntary reaction after the game for Bob and Bear and Marcus. I'm Russell. We'll do it again tomorrow right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced. Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad, and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service, 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life. Days filled with special moments. At Inward, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw.
Oh, I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues. Live betting, live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today. Don't be a better, be a better with VIP.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
You're listening to FM 105.7 at AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289 Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Here, here! Gaelic football was born in Ireland in 1885 and a thrilling blend of soccer, rugby, and basketball. On a massive 15 players kick or hang pass around ball the sport points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense. Here, here!
The college football was kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in Battle of New Jersey with 11 players in helmets and pads. Teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles, unless you're called for targeting.
Here, here! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Here, here!